every corner measured, every motion planned, prosperity born not from chance, but from design itself. Here we are governed by geometry and shapes, beautiful shapes. The burgage plots align with purpose, farms stretch the horizon, and the looms whisper in endless precision. Hundreds of sheep fuel our textile empire, where order creates opportunity and organization becomes power. This is the Flexo Brawndo Delux, optimized for perfection. And welcome to Manor Lords TactiCat 4K movie. So now I'm going to go over exactly how to build the city roads for the perfect city using the Flexo Delux and a brand new burgage plot that I just made up that's optimal for orchards. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to show you how to do all of this. It's very easy. So honestly, one of the best places here is Nuslo. And we're going to take the spot right up here so that we have enough room to build everything on the normal difficulty. And here we are. Let's look at what resources we got. And don't be afraid to re-roll your map if you don't like what you have. And we can actually build a design right here. And we have plenty of wood down here to make up for whatever I'm about to delete. However, I don't like the resources here, so I'm going to re-roll. Okay, finally, we got exactly what I wanted. Rich berries and rich farmland. This is as good as it gets. We also got wild animals up here, so this is perfect. So I'm going to show you how to do this, starting with the northern Flexo. So the northernmost Flexo, this is going to be the top of everything. This will make it easy for us. We want this to be actually kind of close to this area up here. So we are actually going to be digging in our awesome wood, which does kind of suck, but it's okay. This is going to be the north side, and this is going to be the center of the north side right here. So let's get the center correct. We're going to do 3 corpse pits like this, and just like this. And this is important. If you put the corpse pit on this side, this is the north, but if you put it on this side, that's how you'll do the south. So make sure you put it on the bottom part when you're doing the north. You're going to highlight the whole top here. We're going to highlight the bottom here. And then we're going to delete the corpse pits and just connect the roads. And you can just use the snap tool. By snap tool, I mean like you just naturally let it click. Once you hear that click, that's how you know you got the right angle. And then for the second part, we're going to use the corpse pit tool, and we're just going to measure out 1 corpse pit along the road pattern here. This is perfect. You're going to take 1 more corpse pit. You're going to go down 1 and over 1. You see it says too steep to build here, so this is also a problem. Sometimes you're going to have the steepness. But this is not really an issue. There you go. And if you have an issue, just eyeball it. Just, wing it, right? Then you're going to take from this point all the way over, just like that. We're going to remove the corpse pits, and we're going to snap it in place. There we are. Perfect. And then we're going to take the same concept over here. Use the 1 corpse pit to measure out the tip. Snap it out that way. Go 1 corpse pit down, 1 corpse pit over. String it along the bottom. Remove. Okay, and then snap it. So these are going to be 3 veggie burgage plots, and we're going to grow each type. Now on the top, this is easy. This is going to be a single orchard, but you need 4 families to get the maximum out of this. This is late game planning for tier 3, but it works, and quite honestly, I think it's awesome. You're going to go up 3 times with corpse pits. You're going to seal off the top. You're going to remove the corpse pits. And you're going to connect this to the side. And this is going to give you an insanely efficient orchard. I'm going to show you this visually right now. And then you're going to take the arrow down. Look at that. I've gotten this almost every time I've done this. One of the best orchard plots there is. And the Flexo Delux is perfect every time. It's probably the best burgage plot I've ever designed. It always yields the exact same angle. Always. I've never had it yield a different angle than what you're seeing here. If you do it correctly, it's always this good. And then you have a ton of your backyard. Now, the reason we're doing this, and I've said this before, is you can usually get about 0.25 Morgans per family. So your backyard is about objectively 0.6. So 2 families are going to be able to do this well. 4 families will be able to do it extremely well. So this is good for tier 1 and tier 2 to optimize how much veggies you're getting. With the orchard, you can get away a little bit less. That's because veggies, they have to actually plow and replant everything now. So veggies are a lot more labor intensive than they used to be. But there you go. 3 veggies, 1 orchard. Now, what we're going to do is use the corpse pit one more time. And we're going to go 6 across. And you actually don't even need to do that. You can just literally use 1 corpse pit. And you can center your corpse pit like so. So we're going to take the snap the road tool off. Now this is important because this is where the granary and market stalls are going to go. We have to be careful. This should be pretty flat. And if you can find a better place that's flatter, go with it. So this is really, really important. This is probably the most important step. All right, just like that. Now we have everything lined up. So what we want to do is just go straight. And what I would like to do is make sure we're getting everything in perfectly. So you can just go straight down, and then come over here and go straight over. Same thing over here, just go straight over. Take this, go straight down. Now, what this is going to do for you, and you're actually welcome to be a little bit smarter than this, and I would recommend that you do. So that's one way you can do it if you don't want to have a road in between everything. The second option is to put a road between the first corpse pit and the side, because this will pretty much guarantee you perfect burgage plats. It's not a bad idea, to be honest. And we're going to do it in this example. Now I have my base. So we're giving ourselves perfect burgage plats. The corpse pit is exactly the length needed for a house to have a backyard extension. See right here, we have perfect houses, not enough goods. And we're not having any issues with the terrain being tall. It was just that building was really large. And so just check and make sure you're not going to have any issues. Slope is too steep to build. So just a few issues, not enough goods. So over here, I may lose a little bit, and that's okay. It's a very ambitious design. And sometimes, you know, it's just a little too big. All right, and there you can see we have exactly what we need. Perfect. And we're going to get rid of this. And I'm actually going to get rid of this road here. Use a double road to line it all up. Get rid of that. So we're going to have a granary, and we're going to have the market stalls all in between. And now we're right back where we were before. See? We're just going to replicate this exact same thing on the other side. You basically want to mirror this. So we're going to do it in reverse right here. We're going to go 2 down, 1 to the side. We're going to bring the road along the back. And this is the easy part. This is actually the easiest one to do because you have the 2 leads right here. On the side, you're just going to pull it in right to where this all lines up. And boom. Boom, you are done. And then over here, all you got to do, I'm going to turn the snap to road tool off, is get your leads. Sometimes I like to push them back a little bit more. Go straight. That. There we go. This is a good one. Straight like that. Delete it. And this is easy. You're just going to connect it literally from the corner. And you got it done. Same thing. Connect it from the corner. Done. And then the same thing we did on the north side. Just find your center. It's usually pretty easy to find your center. You can find it and then scroll down. Go out 3 tiles. Tap the tip. And for Quincy, basically I'm going to grow apples and pears in this design. And for Quincy's, I'll just do some really small farm plots. Now this is going to be really expensive. This is a grand city, right? And there you go. So we got all those apples. Now in the center here, what you're going to do is you're going to place 2 granaries. You're going to have one on the south side, and you're going to have one on the north side. And in the middle, you're going to have yourself a market stall area with around like 35 or 33 spots. And then on the sides, you're going to have all your houses. So you have like chicken, eggs, you'll have meat, you'll have some honey, you have maybe more meat or more chicken, eggs. Central area. So this granary can walk on this road to come and get the goods here. A good drops off will be here, here, and here for both spots. The apple orchard houses are on either end of this corner. You can see the walking distance is incredibly minimal in this design, and it's big, right? So it minimizes the walking distance between the granary and all of the areas that you're collecting food from. And you can just build it straight right outside your berries. So I'll have a granary that can walk all the way to the berries from here. I'll have a granary over here that can walk straight and get the wild animals. So essentially just building it right outside the berries and wild animals works really well. But this is the concept of our first city. All right, so what's wonderful is we have a pretty well-defined area now. Food's all over here, so we can actually get our first forester and things like that right over here on this side. I'm also thinking we're going to do our industry and some of the stuff off of the design itself. There's plenty of wood on this map, which makes it perfect for a giant large city like this. So let's just get up our logging camp over here. And we're going to get up 3 of the burgage plots. And we'll just pick the top 3. Here we go. You can see I'm building the houses from the long way. That's how I usually get the best backyard. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Okay. We're going to let them build all that up. I come over here and place 2 different hitching posts. We have a long way to go from over here, so we're not going to get our 6th family for quite some time just because of the distance they have to travel. It's a bit of an inefficiency, and that's okay. Over here, I'm going to get the hunting camp off to the side of one of the roads. We're just going to thicken the road here. Mess up with that little bend right there. Speed this process up, and we're going to get all this going. Eventually, I will also get the berries up, all that jazz. Right now, we are in desperate need of more wood. We definitely want to increase the priority of the logging camp over here. And I'm going to do this, which is a little odd, but it's cool. I'm going to connect the roads in the corners right here. That's what's kind of cool about the design, is you can start just kind of messing with it in any way that you want. Alright, hitching posts are up. We've already ordered another ox. We're in good shape. And I think what I'm going to do is actually take this road straight, like such. I'm going to take this road straight down, and we're going to build around this. Now, the church and all that's going to go off to the side. Taverns and things like that can also go to the side. I might actually put the tavern in right here. And I'm going to bring this down. And I'm going to bring this to the side right here. Yeah, beautiful. So we're going to have the industry off to the side of our main city. Such, in this area. And you can go off and expand. I can put houses in any direction. That's what's kind of cool about all this. I can do whatever I want, basically, with it. Choose your own adventure. Alright, we're going to get 2 people in the logging camp. And we're going to increase the radius. I'm going to try to keep it away from all of the berries and the animals over here. There we are. We're in motion. Okay, our hunter camp is up. We're going to put 1 individual in there. Don't really need to do any area of effect with this. They'll just go off and do it. And what we do want to make sure is that we're not hunting all the animals. So the max population here is 15. So we're going to bring this down to 10. The higher the population of animals now, this is new to the beta, the faster the breed rate. I mean, it used to kind of work like that before, but now it really has dialed in on that. So be very careful. All right, we have 5 timber. We're going to continue to build houses out so we can get some new families. And we're just going to build 1 double burgage plot at a time over here. There we are. We'll get 6 of them, and that will give us our 6 families, and then we'll start doubling them up. That will let us get up to 12 families right off the bat, which is really awesome. Got 2 more wood now. And it's still April. Only April. We're doing pretty good. We'll get all these built up. Our next goal is for sure going to be to get the forager hut up. So I'm actually going to bring a road out like such. And cap it. And there we go. We're right there. We're going to get 2 of these up. Well, we have some good storage. Future planning, we'll have 2 eventually, but we don't need it right now. Alright. Yeah, and in this little corner right here, this is going to be a bunch of single plots. Now, keep in mind, the way that the game works is you get 1, on a tier 2, you get 1 wealth per burgage plot. Not per family anymore. At tier 3, you get 2 wealth per burgage plot. So, single and double, you make the same amount. So there are pros and cons to having fewer or more, basically. If you want to maximize your money, you want to have a bunch of single plots, but if you want to reduce your fuel consumption, you want double plots. Also reduces how many market stalls you need. That's always nice. Right, and since this is a very large build, you're going to want a 3rd ox more than anything for the amount of wood. You're dragging stuff around so much. It's very worth it. So this area here think what we're going to do, actually, bring this straight. And I'm feeling like this is a prime spot for a bunch of single burgage plots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do that. We're going to get all 6 of those. And I like to get my industry up quickly. And so we're going to have the industry section right down here. And we can do whatever we want. We can partition however we want, like this. I think this is great. And we'll have a bunch of good industry stuff down here. And we'll have a bunch of industry off, honestly, to the side here. And we're just going to kind of keep the organization that I have. And we will amend this and make it look better over time. And by later, I mean now. I don't really like that. I'll wait until I need it, right? But yeah, we'll have a bunch of houses here. You could also take this design here and double it up, right? So you could have more rows. No, there's no reason not to. It's really whatever you want to make of it. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is get the first granary up. Eventually I'll get the storehouse up here in a second. So we're gonna have a second granary right there. And what I'm gonna do is we need to place a well somewhere. And it kind of sucks that there is not a lot of water around where I placed this. This is gonna be kind of random, right? So they have to actually go there for water, so that kind of sucks. So we're gonna have some awkward water encounters here. That's alright. Sometimes I like to do the underground water for that reason, especially with a big build like this, because it just doesn't always make a whole lot of sense. But it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, we'll unpause and just take in everything. So yeah, this is going really well. We're building out all these awesome little burgage plots. Nice forested areas. Things are going very decent for us. We should have these all up here pretty soon. But let's get up the market stalls behind the first market area here. There should be, yeah, there's 42. There should be enough for a granary right there. Get all our market stalls up. The granary up. In our trade post, I think, since we have a granary here, I do want to be able to trade some food items. So I want quick access to all of that. So I think the trade post should be right here. But yeah, we have good space for trade post. And the reason I want to know this is because I want the storehouse right next to it. So I think the storehouse is going to go right here. This is a good spot for it. And we also did get our level. So we're going to try to get into tier 3. And mostly we're going to need clothing for that. So if we go to Born in the Alps, we get clothing durability increase, which reduces consumption by 50%. Cheaper, more resilient. They no longer die at high elevation. We don't have that issue because we're low. And hunting camps get an efficiency of 50%. The trade routes are more costly. So this is the thing. 20% increase in trade routes, but it's going to reduce our clothing consumption by 50%. Now you could argue that that is kind of worth it, but potentially not. I think we can actually produce enough clothing, I'm not going to lie, if we do it right. I was able to get pretty insane amounts of yarn. I'm a big fan of the Regenberg. We get basically 1 regional wealth off the bat for every burgage plot we have. It reduces the upgrade cost for burgage plots, which is pretty substantial. Half the construction cost. And salt and iron import values are reduced by 30%, which is really good. Because we're going to be importing ore to make tools and everything. So you get basically a lot of pros here. Now we could go for a super economy. Capacity for forge good deposits doubled, which is awesome for our berries. Increasing our export values by 50% on all minor trade. And we get the small game every 7 days from the hunter. But it decreases agriculture efficiency. I actually think it's more than 25% because on that last run I did, it really hurt. We had rich agriculture. It really hurt. I think it was more than 25%. So I do think I'm going to try to go with Born of the Alps to reduce the consumption of clothing by 50%. We're just going to try it out. I think that's a good idea. Right, let's get this going. Speed it up just a tad bit. Let them build everything out. And now we have plenty of room for everybody. We just need to, once we get our 6th family, I will start increasing the burgage plots. We're also going to need to get up a woodcutter's lodge. And I think we'll get the woodcutter's lodge up right here. We're going to get up our storehouse as decided right here. And we can get another one up right below it. I'm just going to do it. I like to pre-plan as much as possible. And then the trading post can go literally right here. This is great. That's fantastic. Yeah, we have all these other houses too getting up. This is wonderful. But we definitely need to get some wood coming in. And I would like to get one of the forager huts up. So let's put that to a high priority. There we go. We got our family. The families are moving in. That wasn't too bad. We got a little bit of delay simply because I had to go all the way across the way. But I think we're in good shape now. We're going to let them kind of catch up and build everything. Definitely need to get the woodcutter's lodge going here soon. We have 1 month worth of food, which is not ideal. So we definitely need to get the berries up ASAP. Okay, berry maker is up. Put a family in there. That should do pretty well. Okay. We're going to start expanding all of these burgage plots now. We have a bunch of we have 2 single plots up, so we have room for our next family already. We'll let them build those things. This is great. I'm going to put 3 people into the logging camp. We'll take a peek. Yeah, this is looking really nice. It kind of flows uphill. Once we get all the houses in, I think things are going to be looking pretty for us. It's going to be a giant apple, and I think down here we'll do pears, or we can switch it up. No biggie. Okay, we're getting more people coming in. This is great. Continue to duplicate our burgage plot population. Got 1 hunter. We got... Oof. I think we're actually going to get... Oh, yeah, you can see the pantry's already full. Alright, I'm going to switch the forager out to another pantry. We need to get the granary up. Let's get that granary worker in. We need to get 1 person into the storehouse as soon as possible. And we need to get the woodcutter up as soon as possible as well. I'm going to take 1 family off the logging camp to help with building. There we go. We're doing great now. Alright, the granary worker is getting the berries. We should have enough food. I don't want everyone to starve to death. That would be pretty embarrassing. There we go. Storehouse is up. I'm going to place 1 individual into the storehouse. We now have our first spear unit at 14, so we need to attract more families. Once I get 20, we're going to go and take this bandit camp and get some money to build out our veggies. We're going to form the militia. Get this going. Yeah, we're doing great. Storehouse is doing great. He's not too far of a distance from the marketplace. Granaries are literally right next to all of the things that we're producing for agriculture. So this is pretty good. Now we have a road going straight to the forager hut. It'd be kind of nice to have a road, like stone roads or something that can give like a speed increase. I'd prefer things like that to be incredibly expensive too. They give you something to work for, right? But whatever. Alright, do we have any tools on the ground? That is the main question. Okay, so we do have 9 tools and 10 stone over here we need to pick up as soon as possible. We're also going to need a saw pit, and I'm going to place that on the other side from the storehouse right here. Right here, place a saw pit. And let's get the trading post up. I like to give the trading post just a little bit of wiggle room on the roads. Notice sometimes people can get stuck, especially back here. So you see, like, sometimes they get stuck on roads that look kind of like this. So I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm going to put the trade post here. I feel like it's less likely to have people getting stuck. Still have a good distance here, and you still have a good distance between it and the granary. It's not ideal, you know, it's a little bit of a jaunt, but the game has problems with fencing like this, where people get stuck in between fencing. So just you take that into consideration. Probably don't want your traders, which have wider carts, going through those areas. And hopefully some of these things are fixed here soon. Okay, the woodcutter's lodge is ready to go. We're going to go to the advanced tab. We're going to set the work area for this whole place back here. All right. Now we got, it looks like 9 months worth of food. 0 fuel. Well, the fuel's coming into play right now. The storehouse is up. Pretty soon here, we're going to have ourselves a nice little modifier. And we're at 58%, and we're bringing in lots of families. So I think we're in good shape. And the next houses I want to get up, of course, because you do want to start populating these houses so that people are moving in. These are all industry houses. We are going to get up right here our massive orchard. And we're going to get up right here our next massive orchard. Yeah, this is amazing. Very good. And it looks like the Lord's army is potentially moving. I heard footsteps. Well, it could be just a new bandit camp. Alright, we got 2 out of 7 families. We're doing good. We are going to get the saw pit going. We're going to set a limit of 10 timber. And we're going to set our first plank production limit of 50. We have the trading post up over here now. This is great. Got the saw pit going. Got the woodcutter's lodge going. Got 2 people in the logging camp. I think we're doing pretty darn decent. Got 18 out of 36. We just need one more family to move in. And we can go get some money. Now, it would be wise, instead of placing the trade post here, I think what we're going to actually place is the church. And we just need 20 boards, and look at that. It's actually a perfect fit. I'm a little discouraged about the well being so far away, but that's alright. We'll figure something out. Alright, we got our 20 soldiers. Let's sally out and fight. Or we're not really sallying out. We're not being sieged. But let's go outside and slap some people. That's just as good. We're going to go over here. Okay, hold on a tick. We do not want them running and losing stamina. Let's let them reassemble and get that stamina up. Alright, they're looking good. Effectiveness is decent. All the way down here. Okay. I'll have them slowly move that direction. And we're about to get some serious cash. Alright, the church is ready to get up. So we're making really good strides right now. So we're going to get the church up right here. Road going out like such. Gonna look fantastic. Get this double burgage plot up. Some families. Okay. So we have a lot of spare room. We have 9 families that can move in right now. We're going to try to get these guys out of the bushes. Now, I've dabbled between shield wall and stand your ground. Stand your ground still works much better. I guess shield wall does better with arrows. So you hit stand your ground. And the reason you do that is to absorb the charge damage. So when they come in to charge. And this kind of nullifies that charge damage. And then once they hit, which they have, you're going to right click twice. And that's going to put you into push forward. And the reason you want to do that is because in stand your ground, your defense is doubled, but your attack frequency is halved. So you will eventually lose people. So you want to use your superior attack speed. Quickly dwindle their numbers so that you don't lose yours. And we're going to speed this up just a tad bit. Okay, so we killed all of them. And we didn't lose a single person. We're going to go over the bandit camp over here. I'm going to put the first bandit camp into the town. Go to the nearest town. And we're going to turn off running. And we're going to go down to this next bandit camp. And we may lose someone on this. That's okay. What they're meant for. We'll go down there. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to pause real quick. So we did get some money. So we do have extra boards now. So we need to get all these guys up for veggies. Or at least 3 of them. Let's do that. And yeah, we didn't lose too much on these. These are going to be pretty good crops. Speed this up a bit. Ooh. Okay. Oh, these were added. Thank God. No storage space left at the saw pit. Regional wealth 173. We got a lot of regional wealth. A lot of regional wealth. From that attack. Okay. We're kind of in the woods. Our effectiveness is going up substantially. I want to bait them. I do not want to be stuck in the woods. Let's try to get them in a clearing, like right over here. Get the stand your ground. And let's wait for them to come to us. Let's get our effectiveness up to maximum. This will probably reduce our chances of losing anybody. Oof, and they went really fast. Alright. Push forward. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance. We're whomping them. But thus is life in these times, right? Get through them real quick. Yeah, I always end up losing one. We did lose one. Always end up losing one. Even if I go back to town and I disband them and I come out, there's some kind of timer. Like they need to like kind of naturally heal or something. It's weird. But whatever. Alright, so we have 7 months now. We have 7 months of fuel, 9 months worth of food. And I'm gonna put the rest. You know what? I'm gonna put all this money into the town. Usually I put some money into the treasury to hire mercenaries, but I'm not really too worried about anyone hurting us. Got the church coming up, so we're going to be able to hit tier 2 here pretty fast. And we can start making bows, and with this money, I can now get a huge head start. Let's do carrots, do cabbage, and let's do beetroots. And that's because all foods are eaten equally. So if I have 300 carrots, and I have 200 meat. They're going to split it between the two, but if I have carrots, beetroots, cabbage, and meat, it's going to go by 4, okay? Which means they'll consume less meat. It's a really weird system. I've explained this, I think, to death, so I'm not going to do it again because I don't want to irritate people who watch me all the time. You can check out my guides on my guide channel if you want me to repeat that stuff, but it's pretty straightforward. All right, so we're able to get to tier 2. So what we need now are families to move into these plots down here, but we should be upgrading everyone to tier 2 that we can. This is to increase their pantry size, which is pretty darn important. All right, and down here, we're going to do orchards. So we'll just get those constructed. Okay, and I could pull the family out of here, but you can see that we have more families than I know what to do with. The hunting seems to be doing really well. We need to get our soldiers back, because the men are not working right now. We can, oh yeah, we can definitely run right now. Not going to be fighting. All right, here we go. I'm going to disband them, let them get back to work. And this is going to be probably the craziest one. It's going to be very, very expensive. All right, so let's take a peek at all of this. Let's upgrade the large storehouse. Let's upgrade our hitching posts. Order another ox. Logging camp, I think, is fine where it is with a ton of people working. And these burgage plots definitely need to be upgraded to veggies. This one got a little wonky, and this one's a little bit bigger. I did something kind of weird. These ones I did perfectly, and you can see they look perfect. This one, it has some issues. It has some issues. Oh boy. Oh boy, does it have issues. Okay, yeah, we'll get that one going too. All right, we are now a medium village. And so we're going to do apples here for 130. The sooner we get these going, the better. So apples here. And then up here, we're going to do pears. I have 7 families. And let's see, can any of these guys go to tier 2 yet? Nope. We just got to wait for the families to move in. And for the trade post, we can start trading anything excess that we have. I'm going to start exporting, honestly, some berries. Anything over 100. That looks good to me. Speed this up a bit. But we're going to wait till we have more berries. I'm not going to put anyone in there quite yet. But it's nice to have trade. Realistically, what I should be doing, and everybody should do, is going straight into charcoal and selling it. So you go to your industry tab. And we'll get charcoal up right here. So we're also going to need a lot of other things like a bloomery. But we're going to need, looks like 6 stone. So let's go and get some stone. I'm going to pause the game just real quick. Go to our gathering tab. Go to stone gathering. Let's see what we got. So we got a big old thing of stone out here. Put the stone gatherer there. Alright, so we got apples here. And then up here, we're not going to do quinces because you don't get a whole lot of them. We're going to do pears. So that was huge. That was a lot of money. But we have enough now. So I have carrots on this side. Alright. I think I have carrots here. I actually don't know, and it doesn't matter. But we do need to get, yeah. I'm going to wait just 1 second until I can get enough boards. Yeah, we need some boards, don't we? 9 timber, no planks. Okay. Let's get 3 people in the logging camp. Let's actually get a forester up now. I typically actually don't even get the forester up this early, but I feel like I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need a lot of wood for this mega city. Alright, we're gonna get 2 people in the woodcutter, and we're going to get 2 people in the charcoal kiln. I think this is going to be our first trade route is coal. Large storehouse is doing well. We have pelts. Oh, okay. Let's get 1 person in the trade post. Let's get a horse. I just realized we had pelts from hunting. And it's like one of the easiest things ever. We're going to put a bunch of hitching posts behind this area. Because pelts are, all you can do right now is trade them. And I'm sure that's subject to change. Will come up. Yeah, pelts. So we're going to export all of them. No, we're not going to keep any of them. So that's free money right there. We need to get these hitching posts up immediately. To a highest setting. Get those built up right now. There we go. And I'm just going to let them kind of accumulate the coal for a little bit. Ooh, we already have 40 charcoal. Never mind. Pause the game real quick. That was fast. All right. And we're going to export anything over 50 coal. And I am going to buy a trade route. Perfect. We're in good shape now. And then up here, we're going to Get the veggie plots out. Beautiful. Ooh, we lost such a big portion of this because of how wide it is. This one actually, the dumb one actually did pretty decent. But the good ones always have very minimal loss. That's why I like them. Okay, and then the stone guy over here is up. So let's get the stone gatherer going. And what we really need are houses over here. Oh, nice, they're up. So we need meat, fish, and animal produce. Okay, what I'm gonna do over here is bring this down to 8 just to get some meat in here. Meat, fishes, or eggs, basically. So eggs are definitely viable. We need to get bows going. We're getting lots of families in. That's what's crazy. Okay, and the forester is here. I'm going to place 2 families in the forester. And I am going to try to replenish what we are cutting down as fast as possible. We'll come back and take them out here in a little bit, but, you know, they're just sitting around. We're doing all right on all the fronts. Soon we're going to have a bunch of veggies. All the things that we need. So carrots, cabbage, and beetroots over here. I'm really happy we got both the pears and apples up. I think that's going to be huge for us. Alright, and the large storehouse is having trouble moving stuff quickly. Looks like storage is full. This is actually kind of weird. Let's place 2 families in here to help out with that. I'm kind of a set it and forget it kind of person. But we're not going to get where we need to be without... We need eggs pretty darn badly right now. I'm going to get the first row of houses up right here. Food is not really an issue in my opinion. It's not going to be. It's the type of food. Okay, there's another bandit camp. We're going to go off and take it. Because I may not be able to get my men up in time. And you don't technically really... Yeah, so we'll be ready. You don't really need to think that way. Like, you don't have to get Bowmaker up. You don't have to be able to fight. You can just go take out a bandit camp and get some mercenaries. Make sure they're walking. Here's the camp down here. We'll have them sit in the background. Everybody's doing a good job. Here we go. Get the beetroots going. Yeah, we got it going on. And we're bringing in a lot of money from trade. Okay, we're going to hold right here. Our effectiveness is great. I think they saw us. Oh, yeah, they're like, oh no, I did not have stand your ground on. Okay, whatever. We're going to lose some people. We lost 1 person. That's not bad. I thought I had more time. All right, we're going to come down here. The Lord's coming. We got the... Every time you kill bandits, though, you get influence. So it's... Taking the bandits out also a really good way to deny the Lord influence so that he expands slower. I just hate doing it. So we're going to take it into the treasury. And then we're going to go back. Alright, so all these guys are up. All these guys are up. And we're going to go chickens on the whole row here. And then the second row I'll go meat. This will just help out. Because chickens are kind of cool. They give the chicken egg and they have a chance to give some chicken meat. So chickens are kind of OP. The only reason you want to go pig is if you have the environment like I do. So I should have probably actually gone pig. Where you have a 75% chance to get an extra yield from pig. So that's pretty good. It's better than chicken. But we're going to go with the chickens. Just because I can. But everything costs money. And it costs boards. But we have all the monies. We'll get the chicken eggs going. That'll help us get into tier 2. Like Scarface said. First you get the money. Then you get the power. Then you get the chickens. Pretty sure that's what he said. Alright, let's disband the soldiers here. Perfection. Yeah, that's looking good. We're going to get a bunch of chicken eggs in. That's going to help with our food. Feeling pretty good about all that. Let's make sure that we start upgrading hitching posts. Second thing I want to do is upgrade the granary now that we have the stone coming in. We have 5 free families. Let's upgrade hitching posts, order another ox, and upgrade all hitching posts. Perfect. And let's see, we got 99 charcoal, 186 firewood. We got 2 people in the woodcutter's lodge. We're doing a pretty good job. And the foresters are helping out. I think once all this gets going, the food's going to be pretty off the... It's going to be off the rails. Alright. And let's make sure to build multiple wells over here to get the ball rolling. I'm feeling pretty good about all this. We're just getting warmed up, really. And the large granary is getting up. We got a bunch of chickens. Let's take a peek. Yeah, look at that. Chickens. And this, yeah, this is going to look pretty cool. Once it's all done, you're going to have all the animals. You can kind of see what I'm doing here, right? I got 2 large granaries in the center. I have all this food surrounding it. Going to have 2 maxed out granaries. All right, we got 4 tools. So, before we get too in the weeds, we want to get a bloomery up. We want to get a smithy up down here. We want to get a clay furnace. I get it up like this, sideways. Okay. We want to get a stone mason's area up down here. A mortar, we're just going to purchase. A malt house and tavern. So we definitely want a malt house. We definitely want a tavern. And behind it, we definitely want to have a brewer. And I think it's going to have to go sideways. Such. And that's not bad. I'm thinking what we do is we take a road up here. This is kind of cool. Yeah, it kind of goes in the back. But then we can also have second brewer right here. Double family brewer, why not? Perfect. Okay. That gives us everything that we need for the alcohol production at a later stage. The next thing is we're going to need quite a bit of a sheep farm. And realistically, the area down here, this area off to the side here, that's pretty ideal. So we'll put the sheep farm here. I think we're going to want 2 of them. Because once I get like 400 sheep, they have to go out to get the wool. We'll get the wool, they'll come through this corridor over here to either storehouse. Let's get 2 large storehouses. And this is where things get a little trickier. We're going to need a lot of weavers. Not just weavers. We're going to need a lot of tailors. A lot. So many, in fact, that I'm going to get another slew of houses. Now, 4 did not cut it in my last playthrough. So we're going to go... until they patch this, right? Whoa. Things just got weird. Okay, until they patch this, we're going to need this many. No, that's not even enough. That's not enough. We're going to need a lot. We're going to need quite a bit. So I think this area over here is looking pretty decent for all that. We'll continue to build it out. We do have another area back here where I could place some more stuff. Yeah, realistically speaking, I could have tailors here. I could have tailors here. The charcoal kiln, woodcutter's lodge kind of needs to be here. I like the idea of having my yarn guys here. And maybe the charcoal kiln more up here. This is taking up valuable real estate. Not a bad spot for it. Also, but it's just not... well, we can move some stuff around. Make it work. That's fine. Got the 2 storehouses right there. Yeah, we'll make it work. Yeah, we'll fill this area out, but yeah, you can build your industry however you want off of the main city. Important thing is we got everything going now. We got the eggs. I should be able to get some tier 2 houses here momentarily. Let's see what we got. Food variety, berries, berries, berries. But once the eggs start coming in, meat would have been great too. We don't have any families in these houses though, so that's the kicker. We gotta wait. But we have the veggies coming in here soon. We have enough money to get ourselves a mercenary. Small tavern, another burgage plot, malt house, clay furnace, all the stuff that we need. Yeah. Yeah, these orchards are absurdly OP. I don't think I'm going to need any more than what I have right there. And let's get ourselves another ox. Always need more. Got 6 and 1 horse, and then a ton of chickens. Alright, got the sheep farms ready. We need to get a sheep livestock trader. I should probably start thinking about farming as well. So the best barley, of course, is where I built my city. And in the north, I never really cared too much about that stuff, but I probably should. And we got a... okay, so we got a big old area out here. This area out here is like pristine farming. So I think what we're going to have at some point... road over here. I mean, it's not that far of a walk when you think about it. And we'll have a farming area here. We're gonna have some more house. We're gonna have like a ton of houses, I think, and some more granaries. This whole like middle area, right here, the roads, right? We're gonna have farmhouses and granaries throughout all of this. Have some more houses, so we'll have some granaries to help out with some more stuff over here. It's gonna be pretty big. Beautiful. This is looking good. It's gonna be a big city. Everything is really starting to shape up, though. I'm liking the way this is all looking. I think it's gonna look a little bit better when I get the houses all in. I'm happy that we have the eggs. It's kind of it's got kind of like a little bit of a slide going on here, but that's all right. Gives it a natural flow. Nice. I actually kind of like these two houses. Their backyards connect like that. That's pretty cool. And while we're waiting, I'm thinking I'll probably start working on the farming area. So, I mean, we could do the farm around here. We got a good amount of green. We even actually have a good amount of green over here for barley. I think this area is just a tad bit better and going to be a little easier. But it's not going to flow off the main settlement. So, I mean, I could do farms through this area. Got a couple wells I need to move around. Do farming in this area. We got a big kind of dead area for barley. This isn't bad. It's just not the best fertility for it. And this area over here, actually, where I have all my wood, wouldn't be a terrible spot for farming. And we could move the wood up here. So I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm going to do. And we were going to have some houses here. I may put them elsewhere if this is better suited for farming. We have a huge dead spot for barley right there, though. It does make me kind of feel like over here would be potentially a better spot just because it has some higher averages. And then we can use this whole area here for wheat. We can have a special industry area for the weavers. We don't have to have it over here at all. And we already got in this whole yellow place here. This is where the sheep can go. All right, I'm seeing the magic. Yeah, we could have all of our tailors right here. We could have everybody else coming in the farm over here. I think this could work. So let's get it done. So these are going to be about 1.5 Morgans. This is kind of cutting it close, 1.7 Morgans. You can see some of them are bending a little bit. I think we should be able to do these pretty well. All right, so we got 9 so far. We can continue to stretch this along as we need to. The whole area is pretty decent for barley. I think it's going to look pretty decent having all our farming over here. Now we're going to need a lot of farmhouses. I'm going to say probably... We have 9. We're going to need 4 farmhouses so we can have 8 ox going at any time. I think this will work out just great right here. We could probably get away. If I do want to do a fallow year, which I think I do, then 3 farmhouses is enough. I actually think this will be more than enough farming. We're going to keep it kind of simple this time. So we'll do all our farming over there, and we'll have a nice little neighbor. Like, this whole area here is going to be filled in with more houses. So it's going to be kind of a nice little city. And we'll just leave this alone. And right now we just need animal produce. So hopefully we get some people moving into these houses, get some eggs. We should try to get our approval rating to 75% so we can attract multiple families per month. Food variety is kind of an issue. You can see the eggs are finally starting to come in. Overall, though, we are doing fantastic. We're going to get up a livestock trade post. I'll pause the game real quick. And I think it'd be wise to start just accumulating certain things. So houses here, houses here. We're going to do really long strips in the backyard here. Strips tend to give the most space. We'll do it like this. That'll give us 48. And the longer you make the strips, it's kind of crazy, the more you can fit. I'm happy with just getting this to a place where we can fit a couple hundred. And we'll use our fields for additional space. Sometimes the snap the road tool can just be your enemy. Yeah, you see we're getting 43 and we're using substantially less area. So I'm sure they'll fix this at some point. It's a weird calculation. Because right there we have almost 200. So that's pretty good. And we definitely need room for some other things here. So for certain I'll want a storehouse and another granary. And we'll kind of play that by ear. I need to figure some things out. Let's get this well up. I think we got all the stone, so we can get rid of this building now. That gives us a few more families. All right. This is great. We'll get the livestock trader up. Start getting some sheep in here. It's going to be wonderful. And then eventually we'll have A lot of good things going on. So let's upgrade everybody to a plowing station. Let's also come over here and start putting some hitching posts. So we only really need 3 hitching posts in total because we'll upgrade them. And that will store all the ox we need for the farms. We got the right foundation now, so this is great. Things are going to start accelerating here pretty quickly. Move all those goods. Our pantry over here is full. So this is the big bottleneck. This is why you do multiple foragers. We're actually going to do 2 families in each of these. But what this is telling me is I likely need to put 3 people into this granary. We have a lot of food that's going to be coming in. That's great, right there. So we have 2 storehouses. I'm actually going to get both storehouses going. So I'm going to put 1 more family. Let's get the market stalls prepped and ready for the amount of people that are going to be coming in. Other than that, though, we're selling charcoal. We're making a fortune. Charcoal is just kind of silly, very OP. Eventually, I will need to start importing iron ore. So I think we should probably take that step now. Let's get a horse. Let's assign 2. Let's get 3 people into the trade post. Let's come over here. I'm going to set a minimum import of 1 tool just in case we ever go below that threshold. I'm going to set a minimum import of 20 rubble stone just in case we ever go under that. We can actually get the mortar coming in, minimum of 10. And eventually I'm going to have to start importing raw resources to create clay and all types of stuff. Now, I'm shying away from using mines because they still haven't fixed how abysmal they are. You only get like 2 to 3 a month. I just find it's better to import it, especially because it's really, really cheap for me to do so. So we're going to come up here and we're going to import a base minimum of 20 iron ore. We're not going to buy any trade routes for that. But what we are going to want to do is set a production limit so that we don't go too crazy. So at any given time, I want 10 tools. And for the bloomery, we are actually going to need quite a bit of iron slabs because we're going to get into crossbow production here at some point when we get our blacksmith up. So we're going to put the iron slab production limit at 20. And the clay furnace, we're going to put a clay roof tile production limit of 60. Eventually, I'll start importing clay as well. And the malt house and everything else is going to be homegrown. So they're actually going to have to bring all that stuff over here. And that kind of sucks. That's okay. Let's try to get some better pathways over here, though. So this is looking good, and we can always expand our farming. And we'll kind of build the city around here so it kind of blends. But the primary thing is that we're creating a really cool area for food. And I could actually change the marketplace here to only do food and make a marketplace specific for all the tailoring. But I'm not really having issues with marketplace stocking. So I'm not going to do that. We just simply need more food variety at this point. So the berries are going to start flooding in. We may even want to sell them. You can see that we have carrots and beetroots. And we have a little bit of eggs. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. I got 2 houses that I can upgrade to tier 2 over here. Beautiful. So any house that we can upgrade to tier 2, we're going to want to do, especially because it increases pantry size and also generates that additional monthly revenue for us. Okay, perfect. So yeah, now we're at a really good place here. Log camp's going strong. I'm hoping that the forester is actually doing some damage control, but I doubt it. All right, we have the iron coming in now. So I think we're going to get 1 family in the smithy and 1 family in the bloomery. Start getting tools produced. We do not want to run out of tools, as that will decrease our labor speed and production speed on all buildings that require maintenance. Okay, and so the livestock trader over here, we're going to import, I'm going to say 20 sheep. I'm going to put 1 individual into the sheep farm, and I'm going to place 1 family into the livestock trader. We now have 0 people. I think I'm going to pull back on the logging camp for just a little bit. Oof, I still need more people. All right, there we go. We just got a family moved in. They're going to help build things out. I think we're going to sit here for just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean 1 second. And I'm going to get the boiler up now. We have 6 available living spaces right now. And this is kind of cool. I kind of like the angle here. And you can see that we're doing a pretty good job of getting everything going. We're going to be having so much food, we're not going to know what to do with it. This is so much veggies for a couple families to take care of because they got to plow and they got to do everything all over again. All right, so we're going to go straight into warbow production. We're going to set a cap of 30, and we're going to recruit our first archer unit. We also have enough money to recruit mercenaries, and we have 197 days until the bandits come to attack us. We do need to start ordering more ox, though, and I may even just set a limit at the livestock trader. Unfortunately, what I notice is sometimes it gets a little weird. Okay, let's go to 20 ox. And because we're going to a pretty high ox count, we're going to need a few more hitch posts. Just get them up. There we go. Yeah, that's great. Just make sure we have enough room for everybody. All right, get the plow up here. Upgrade all of these hitching posts. There we go. Should have plenty of room. And we need some unassigned families for construction work, but that's all right. We're going to get a family here pretty soon once the month comes. And we're at 74, so we're just 1% away from having 75, so we get multiple people per month. All right, let's upgrade the small tavern. I'm just kind of upgrading things that I know I'm going to want. And so we need 20 shaped stone, and we need 10 clay. That's actually not that bad. Yeah, we got the stonemason right there. And we'll upgrade that here in a little bit too. I think the livestock trader's doing a good job. Like we got one sheep going. And we're just going to like slowly accumulate a ton of resources. And what I'm thinking we're going to do is have a road right here. And I want a storehouse that can help out with all the wool that's going to be coming out of here. I'm thinking we're going to have houses, a shoot load of tailors over here. And then behind this area, I want to have a lot of weavers. So weaver, weaver, weaver. We'll have weavers here. We'll have all the tailors over here. And then behind here, I'll probably have more pasture. I just wanted to kind of see what it's going to look like. And this is looking good. So I got plenty of room. So now that I know this is kind of the area I want to avoid, I'm going to start building up those extra pastures. That's yeah, that's 44. We can actually make these thinner. Do you see that one's 43? So I only got one more, so it's like it's kind of lame. I don't really like it this way, but we could basically fit like a couple, like maybe up to 1,000 sheep back here. And what's great is they're so close. They're so close to all the people that I think we're gonna have a good efficiency. Although I'm thinking now that potentially what I want is 42. I probably want a sheep farm on this side so they don't have to walk all the way over here. So we're going to place 2 more sheep farms over here, especially because that will help them manage the farming area. This is looking pretty good so far, though. And then we're going to get our pastures out. Okay, so this is going to house a lot of sheep. That's great. Probably more sheep than I know what to do with. Fantastic. All right, we have 2 families in. That's great. I'm going to leave them to help build everything out. But we do want to make sure that we're getting enough room for all of the ox that I'm going to be purchasing. And these guys are upgraded here in the back. Almost. Nope. Need a little bit more boards. But we're sitting at 597. We have 16 months worth of food and 27 months worth of fuel. Wow, we have a lot of charcoal. This is actually getting a little scary over here. All right, so we need 4 families in the trade post. I got to come over here and see what's going on. Charcoal. Oh, it's down to 3 because we're selling so much of it. We're producing too much charcoal, so I'm going to pull back on the woodcutter and charcoal to 1 and 1 because we're just doing a little too good. Order another ox. I'm feeling good about this, though. Things are finally going our way. Okay, let's pause the game real quick. So all of our buildings over here can go to tier 2. That's a beautiful thing. So the eggs are finally, they're coming in strong. How many eggs do we have? Oh, nope, none. That's interesting. Oh, everybody has... Yeah, everybody has access... Ooh, it's the small game. Okay, yeah, we got a big thing of small game coming in. Awesome. I think I'm going to put this guy back up to a minimum of 10. Remember, their population, like the lower you hunt them to, the faster they regrow. Let's go back to 10 there. And I just got to set these guys up. It's kind of nice to do bigger plots, and so I'm hoping that this will work out. Open one, I can do 1.5 Morgans. I think the half Morgans were just a little too silly. I think 1 Morgan is probably where you want to be, but I'm going to try 1.5 with this. I can always, you know, destroy it and redo it. It's not a big deal. There we go. Yeah, they're not actually doing the whole thing right now either. I think when I get these guys to tier... It's actually interesting. These guys might actually be perfectly fit. I think it's a little bit over 0.5 Morgan, so you need that 3rd family. So that's cool though. Being over is better than being under, you know. So I'm not gonna complain too much about that, but We'll have to look at that a little bit closer and figure out what's going on. And look at that. We got good production values here. So the next thing we're going to do is get up a blacksmith, but we need 8 boards. And I think we're not producing boards right now because we're under 10 timber. We need to let them kind of catch up there. But we're still bringing in a lot of money. The manor is probably the next thing that I need to build up, but I'm going to take my time with some of this. All right, look at that, though. We have a lot. We could probably start selling some of it, but overall, we just have an enormous amount of food now. We got pears and apples coming in as well. Got eggs. This is great. Let's continue to just upgrade all our burger plots and get that passive income up. Also to increase the pantry size so we can store more produce. And also, I want to get up the second granary as soon as possible. And I might actually be able to fit... If I did this right, I could probably actually fit 2 granaries in here. Ooh, you could. Okay. I'm going to demolish the market stall, which is a no-no, but whatever. Because I want to get 2 granaries in. Or at least see if I can. I may actually not be able to. Well, I mean, if you're smart about it, you would do this a different way. And so I'm gonna let them pick everything up off the floor. And we're gonna put the second granary up over here. Yeah, because this is good. And then we'll just do a giant market stall in whatever area is left over. So I'm gonna do it right up here. I'm gonna pause real quick. So we got both of those up. And then the market stall area, we can just do this. All right, so point 2, the third point, and then the fourth point. And that gives us 35 stalls. There we go. That works. You can just kind of choose your own adventure for this. This is great. So we got 3 granaries in here. I don't know if I need that many, but it's nice to have options, right? Okay, so the blacksmith is coming up right now. Let's do it. Blacksmith shop. Over here, we're gonna do a joiner's workshop. I think we're gonna leave it there for now. Most likely make a specialized bread area and tell these people not to contribute to the farming and just have its own little granary there. So once the blacksmith's up, I'm actually just going to make the switch now. We're going to go to crossbows. Put a cap of 30. Got 32 out of 36 there. All right, in the joiner's workshop, we're going to produce large shields up to 20. Actually, in the blacksmith, let's make spears. We'll cap that at 30. Let's get our spear unit up to 36. In the bowyer's workshop, let's see, what do we got? We have 6 warbows. Okay, let's continue on the warbows for now, but we are going to switch to crossbow production. We have 25 days until this raid comes. I think we could take it with what we have. However, I don't want to chance it. I think we're only going to get hit by 3. And what happens sometimes is the Lord Army pops out. Looks like he only has the 1 territory right now, so I think we're okay. Let's see. What region do these guys spawn from? Well, the problem here is the cheapest one is 50. And that's Aberbatch. So where is Aberbatch? All the way over here. That's quite the distance. I think at day 10... Yeah, we'll at 10 days out, we'll summon them. Not enough construction materials. That's okay. We'll get it. The important thing is we're tier 2. So now we need meat and fishes. So our next houses really have to focus on meat. We're probably going to go heavy on pigs. And sometimes we are going to get some meat, and sometimes we are going to get some chickens. I think this is going to work out beautifully. I'm not going to do flax at all. I found that sheep is more than enough to get the wool. I actually got to a point where I had more wool than I can process, so I'm probably going to need like 5, 6, maybe 7 tailors. But I do want to get to tier 3, so I kind of want to slow my roll just a little bit at this stage. Because I think we have enough families to do everything. And we definitely have a little bit more living space. So everything over here is good. I'm going to pot... Oh, we got 6 turns until we're about to get attacked. I let time get away from me. So we're going to summon them. And they may or may not get here in time. Likely that they won't. I'm going to put them to run. And I'm going to have them get out here. Alright, we're getting the spearmen up at least. I'm going to summon our spearmen out. Just because I'm worried that the bandits are going to pop out right next to us. I want to be fully assembled and ready and at full combat efficiency. And I think we could fight them right here at this little pass. So, okay. We're going to do this right here. Stand your ground. I'm going to have my gents behind them. Let's get the mercenaries over here. Okay, beautiful. This is a good formation. We should do a pretty good job. Okay, the banditos have come, and we just need to find them now. Pause the game real quick. It does look like, oh, they're all the way over here, and it does look like the Lord's army's out, but the problem with the banditos is, this is great. We're going to attack the banditos just straight on the road back here. I'm going to leave my men out just in case one of the banditos does wrap around, but overall, I think we're about to hit them pretty hard. So I got my mercenaries out here. Got some, oh nice, shields and axes, shields and swords. This is looking, yeah, pretty good. Fly that flag with the pants on. Or, yeah, we did the pants for our flag. Our breeches. Okay. Alright, we're going to speed this up because it's, you know, I don't really find fighting the banditos that intimidating of a process. I don't know where the rest of them are. So, oh, here they are. We found somebody. I guess I can just follow the mercenaries because they kind of have like a homing beacon. Oh, there they are. They wrapped around. See, that's what's funny. They came from different directions. And there's two of them coming, so I'm actually glad that I kept my gents out. And they're going to try to go through the fencing, so let's just wrap our people around like such. Let's run these guys over here, and that's all she wrote. I don't think they're going to do much damage to me. Oh, they are running through my sheep. Please don't shoot my sheep. Please don't shoot the sheep. There we go. We are peppering them a little bit. I think we're just going to push forward because they're not charging right now. There we go. Yeah, and I don't know if they'll ever fix the fact that you can just shoot through your own guys like they don't exist. But it's kind of funny. I think eventually we'll probably end up hitting our own men, but right now we don't. And let's go to shoot at Will. We don't like Will. Will is mean to us, and so now we shoot him. All right, let's charge these gents over here. Oh god, yeah, they're all scattered. This is kind of twisted over here. I think we're in good shape. I don't think we need the mercenaries anymore. So I'm going to let them go. Wait, let's look for a bandit camp. Pause the game real quick. Always take an opportunity to destroy a bandit camp. Okay. I'm just going to charge them straight at the bandit camp. I don't care if they get engaged or not. Okay, they're going over there. We'll get our money back. There we are. Alright, defeated. We're going back to work. And then over here, we're going to take out that bandit camp with our mercenaries. I actually don't see the bandits over here, so I think we just got a free lunch. Okay, so we're going to take the money back to the treasury, actually. Because getting money through trade is pretty lucrative. Now we have 319. I can hire a lot of mercenaries. We're going to disband them. And we're beautiful. All right. Things are looking up. And look how many sheep we have already. So the sheep actually replicate now. You don't have to get the perk or anything for that, so we got a good thing going. We're going to start accumulating a lot of wool. You can see we have weaver workshops here, storehouse. We should probably get that up at some point. We got some wells. That's great. We can put a bunch of houses here. Multiple sheep farms over there. Got all the farms. Now we just need the people. And this is going to be the tricky part. So we also need to get a church up. So let's get the clay furnace going. And let's come over here to raw resource imports, crafting materials, and start importing 10 clay at a time. And we're also going to need to import up to 10 rough stone. And we're going to need to get one family into the stonemason to start producing. I'm going to cap our dressed stone at 20. I think that's what we need over here. Yep, 20 dressed stone, some boards, some clay, not bad. And are we getting low on fuel? No, we are not. We still have 496. It looks like firewood's actually getting low. Let's get 2 people back in the woodcutter's lodge there. All right, I think the blacksmith has done a good amount of spears. So now we're going to switch to iron parts. We're going to cap iron parts at 20. I'm going to come over to the bowyer, and we're going to switch to producing crossbows. And the joiner's workshop, we can start selling small shields here in a little bit. I'm just going to leave the large shield cap at 10. He's not going to do much producing after a bit. So let's just let him kind of catch up. And we'll think about our next opportunity from that. But yeah, unfortunately, they're kind of locked into those professions now. I tend to sell the small shields because they sell for 8. And you can make a fortune. I'm not really concerned with money right now. I'm actually more concerned with the expenditure of those planks. We have a lot of need. So I'm going to hold off on using too much planks in my production because we're using them for crossbows. And look at that. We got all these granaries. These are great. I need to upgrade these at some point. We got enough marketplaces, I believe. And everybody's getting to work. My favorite time. Yeah, this is looking great. We got an insane amount of production here. Now, we have no more available housing. So I am going to need some tailors and things like that. So I think what we're going to do is get up a ton of single Burgersplatts right here. Not enough mana. Okay. We need a little bit more mana. Two more timber. And then I'll get those guys up. I am kind of worried about gridlock. I've seen some pictures. So I think reloading solves it. So I'm not too concerned. I think reloading is a pretty easy task. So we'll be in good shape. Okay. I waited a little bit, but there we go. We'll get those buildings up. These are all going to eventually be weavers. So we are going to need a farming class. And we are going to... So I unfortunately am going to need to get some stuff up. I'm trying not to add too many houses because we'll make it a little bit harder. You know, the clothing consumption will make it harder. Now, tier 1 houses aren't supposed to be consuming clothing, but I think they are. So, that kind of sucks. Okay, let's actually get the houses up over here because this is the one with the dead area. This will be a beautiful place for this. Yeah, right here. Perfect. I can't build a house here. Well, I couldn't before. Maybe I can now if I'm smart. It's too steep. Sometimes you can get away with going in the opposite direction. Oh, we can. Look at that. Too steep. But if I do this, it's not too steep. But I still can't build it because it's colliding with something. Interesting. Well, you can't win them all. You can try, but you won't. Oh, look at that. We won. We won it all. Never mind. I take it back. You can win it all. You can do anything you want. The world is an illusion. All right, wooden church. We just need the 20 stone. We're golden. And the manor should probably be my next objective, but I'm not really in a big rush right now. Oh, look at that. Look at them beautiful, beautiful trees. That's a lot of apples. That's going to be a lot of pears. Oh, we're going to be sitting pretty. That's kind of weird, the way the fencing went. You see that? I angled it kind of weird off the road right there. That's okay. That's just really odd, the way that it filled in that way. I must have done something silly. That's all right. And we have enough pastures here. We are going to need to extend construction to fencing over here. All I'm going to grow is probably wheat and barley. Emmer's kind of like messed up right... Or sorry. The rye is kind of messed up right now. I don't know why it's not working as intended, but it just really isn't. There we go. We'll get all those up. That will give us additional places. We can also always expand our pasture. Yeah, it's saying I don't have... It's for some reason this not enough construction materials applying to this burger's plot. It's okay. There's always some kind of like residual bug that we just have to ignore. Pantry is full. Okay, this is all good. There we are. 10 more living spaces. And then these guys up here, we're going all in on pigs because we need that meat. Now I probably should get some apiaries up too at some point, and I will. Not really struggling with food, so I'm not too much in a hurry, you know what I mean? We have 26 eggs. That's fantastic. We have an enormous amount of carrots. We actually have so many carrots that I'm going to open up a permanent trade route for carrots. I have a feeling that this is too many. And they sell for 3 even without some of the bonuses you can get. I'm going to sell anything over 130 carrots. And we're going to do a whole established trade route. Let's get another horsey. There we go. Got a carrot route. A little bit more cash in our pocket. I don't know what these guys are doing out here. Oh, they're building. Okay, yeah, they're building that stuff out. What you doing out there? You don't have anything to do there? Okay. Looks like we got a well over here. I think we're doing pretty good. Looks like this tree is glitching out a little bit. That's kind of funny. I think what we do need to think about the future of our logging camps. So I'm going to place a logging camp over here. I'm going to turn this guy fully off. I'm going to let the woodcutter keep doing his thing, and we'll let the forester keep doing its thing. But let's come over to the forester and make sure that we got a good area here. Okay, yeah, he's doing a good job. Increase the priority over here. We'll set this whole area here. I mean, look how much wood we have. Realistically, we don't have a problem. And so we're going to put a logging camp down here as well. Another little spot. Not bad. Potentially put some more ox down here. I mean, ox don't have a maintenance cost. Oh, I shouldn't say those things. They're probably watching me. They're going to have an ox tax. Watch. It's going to be like 5 gold per ox. And then you're going to have to ox optimization. You're going to have to min-max your oxes. Have some kind of consumption. Food. Yeah, they'll eat. They'll eat food. Because right now we don't... There's no food cost, right? These guys graze, though. The sheep, they graze. But the ox, technically, they must feed off the souls of the damned or something. Because then I don't give them anything. Continue to get more ox. They must be vampire ox. They come out at night and they attack people. Okay, so we got a good thing going here. Right now, though, yeah, there's this weird glitch that if I order an ox, for some reason I can't order pigs, even they're not related, so it's okay. It's just a weird little glitch, but we're gonna get all these burgers plots up with animal pens. I really want to start getting the pig meat coming in. It's gonna help us out tremendously. And we can see the pantry is full over here with produce, so they're doing a great job. We have 12 free families. I'm going to start upgrading these granaries just because I can. And we need another granary worker. And geez Louise, we have so much food. Okay. So, all that said, these gents over here, we need families to move in. We need to get weavers. I think it's probably time to start getting clothing production. But I'm not going to tier 3 quite yet. So what I'm going to do is get my crops. So I have 9, so we're going to do sets of 3. So, yeah. For some reason, rye is just not really producing a lot. So we're going to do wheat, barley in the first and second on the first 3. And then in this guy, we're going to do wheat and barley in the second and third. And you can do flax in the other one, but I'm just not going to do it. I want the fields for my sheep. Okay, and then we're going to do wheat and barley in the first and third. Beautiful. That's going to give us a lot. Now, this area here, it's pretty awesome. But it needs a little bit of an edge here. So, what I want to do is get up a windmill. We don't have enough goods. And I want to get up potentially, actually, another house that's got a baker on it, because it will double how much bread we make. And I think we're going to try to go for a single plot here. I really don't want a double burgage plot for this. And I can always expand this. There we go. Yeah. We'll make that a bakery. We're going to need a specific granary for all this. I'm going to put a granary right here. And we'll have this control all the bread. And this guy over here, he's not going to do any of the crops. He's not even going to do barley. He's not going to do that. He's not even going to hold the hooch. There's going to be a little bit of a hooch inequality, but it's going to be okay. He's just going to handle all the food. And this guy's going to be the reverse. And he's not going to do market stall setups. Perfect. Yeah, we got 15 families. Okay. I figure we need probably about 1 family per Morgan. So with the ox, though, I think we can get away with less. So we're just going to try 6 families here. Got the granary. I'm going to put 1 worker in here. And again, all he's going to do is help move these goods. This is perfect. I don't think I'm even going to store bread here. I guess we could store bread here. Wheat bread. Okay. And we're not going to do any rye. This gent needs to have a family move in. We still have 3 available living facilities. And I have 8 individuals, so we just need to upgrade these. And I am running dangerously low on all the wood stuff, so let's get this guy up to 3 families. I forgot all about him. And let's make sure we don't cut down the trees around our berries. And we're just going to clear cut this forest. Everything is going to be fantastic. And then this guy down here, similar situation. I just want to make sure that he doesn't travel up there eventually. Most likely he never would, but I like to set these things. We're going to get him going. And he also is going to get 3 families. And we're just going to get a ton of wood coming in as fast as possible. It's kind of crazy how much sheep we already have. We have 20 sheep and 25 lambs. And we probably have more wool than I realize. 114 wool, so we need to start turning that into yarn. It's kind of cool is we don't have to start making clothing yet. Technically, we could just start stockpiling everything. So I'm going to get 2 families going to start stockpiling. And over here, we're going to get 1 family, no market stall. And the only thing I want here, spices. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, the only thing I want stored here are items related to any kind of crafting. Eventually, I'm going to have to get some goats. And so leather and hides. Wool, yarn, commodities, nothing from the military, no fuel. Okay, so all this guy's going to do is clothing. That's great. He's a fantastic person. Let's get this to a large storehouse, though, because we're going to have a lot of yarn. Okay, so we're going to start stockpiling the yarn, and then when I'm ready, I'll start going into these guys. We are going to get them to tier 2. Board production seems to be pretty decent. I think farming is going to be great. I think I'm going to get 1 extra family into the farmers just to help out in case we need it. Probably need more sheep farmers at some point because we only have 1 family going out right now. And that's quite a bit of sheep. It's going to be hundreds. Probably going to get up to about 400 sheep, and I think that's going to be sufficient. I think that will produce like substantial amounts of yarn. Alright, fuel's at 11 months, which is actually a little interesting. So let's take a peek. Charcoal, we need to start increasing, so let's get 1 more family in there. I have no free families, but that's okay. I mean, we have 6 families right now doing lumber. I think we're okay now. I'm going to cut this guy down to 1. I just need some people building. We also need to start hiring and get rid of the archers and go all in on crossbowmen. That's fantastic. Just take a peek, make sure we're at good operations. Yep. We're doing great. And I think we can upgrade the church now. We're going to do that, which means that I can pull the individual out of the stonemason station. I'm going to pull the individual out of the clay furnace just for now, because I think we probably have enough stockpiled. Got 9 clay, but how many tiles do we have? 42. That's enough for now. We'll reinitiate it once we get to tier 3. We got a lot of money. So definitely need to get up the manor sooner rather than later. Ooh, this is kind of cool. I like this spot right here. I like the spot right here for the manor. We're going to get the manor up right here. If I have enough, I do. Oh, we don't. We're close. So we need to go... let's just do 1 for now. Get the manor up and we'll get the next guy up. Simply just need to start taxing myself. Generating money. Getting the retinue up. And every time you upgrade either a granary or a large storehouse, you have to come back over here and tell them not to set up market stalls. And I think we're doing okay on the market stalls. We've got 100% food variety now. Oh yeah, forgot all about your piggies. So let's get pigs in all of these. That is awesome. The meat's going to be coming in pretty decently now. Alright, let's pause the game real quick. These guys down here need to get to tier 2 so we can produce alcohol. This guy's all of these guys need to get to tier 2 immediately. Okay, they're all good. Guy needs to get to tier 2. We also need a windmill down here somewhere. I need to get rid of these trees. I'm actually going to get rid of the trees the old-fashioned way, just by placing buildings over them. Right now, the windmill's efficiency is really low because of the trees, so we're just going to clear this area out. Beautiful. Yeah, look at that. 97, 98. That's perfect. Right there. I just need 8 boards, and we're ready to go. Yeah, this is shaping up really well. I think this is going to be a very productive city. Okay, here we are. I'm going to pull them back just a tad bit. I'm trying not to make my road systems too narrow. I don't want them to get all stuck. Granary's right there. I think we're going to upgrade it for sure. Large granary. And I always forget this. You can actually turn on... You don't have to wait for it to be built. You just literally have to deselect it. It just selects the market stall enabled when you upgrade it. It's very odd. Alright, we don't need all of these to be tier 2 at the moment. I'm trying to hold off and let my resources kind of catch up because we're a little low. Alright, we're going to put 1 family into this next granary here. Make sure we're moving our goods. And over here, we're going to reserve the ox. We want these guys always over here, ready to go. And so I'm not seeing the ox plowing right now, and that's very agitating. So yeah, we need to make sure that these areas are full. There we go. Look at him go. But yeah, he's not doing much. Where's she going? Okay, she's going to this guy. Yeah, they should be able to plow these really quick. The main thing is going to be seeding all of these. So these are awesome. These are perfect. And we should only have 6 going at a time, and we should have, so each one of them should have their own dedicated ox as soon as they're ready. I think we'll be able to do this with the few amount of families, and I think we're going to get some really good yields off all of this. Yeah, this is great. The main kicker is they cannot seed these plots until the ox are done. So that's why you want these long, narrow strips like this. This is perfect. And you need to get this done ASAP, and then you can have your families come in, and then they can seed everything. But yeah, they will not do anything until the ox are off of it. And this is how it was done historically, too. And it's ironically for the same reason, is that it just took time to turn an ox around. A big animal. Once you get it going, it's going. Alright, we're doing great. And the windmill is now up. I need to get this to level 2 burgage. There's bread. Granary's right there. Everything is finally in order. This is fantastic. So now the next step is seeding, so we can see the families are out here seeding. Yeah, I think they'll be able to do this. A couple of families per row, because we got 2, so that's 6 people per row. I think we'll be able to seed everything just in time. And hopefully get some better yields than what we're seeing here, but this is looking promising. Like I said, maybe just an extra family or 2. Because the family is 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and an extra. Where's the other families? There they are. Yeah, they're a little slow. We may, just because of the length and the distance from the town, I may need to allocate potentially just a couple more families. If we don't seed everything, then we're not going to get our full yields. I think this is probably sufficient. I think the addition of that one family might be just the edge I needed. Now, we have a lot of sheep over here, too. So I'm going to add one more person. And I like to double up just in case the storage gets full, right? So we're in good shape. They'll come out. I think 2 people is more than enough. And we have a lot of money. And this is fantastic. Let's take a peek. It looks like fuel is at 8 months now. Okay, we've doubled up that. Let's go to 3 people in the Woodcutter's Lodge now. We have a little bit more of a jaunt. And we're not cutting anything down over here. We're cutting a lot down over there. Let's start thinking. Let's take this down to 2. Let's take this down to 1. I think we're at a good stage. Take both of these down to 1. Yeah. Okay. Things are looking up. Get this last house over here to tier 2. And it's just clothing and alcohol that are keeping us from tier 3 now. So I don't think we should expand any further than this. I think we should focus on getting up to tier 3. I'm also not going to upgrade any of these houses to tailors until I'm ready. I want to produce clothing, and I want to have a lot of yarn ready. So I'm kind of bulking all my goods right now. So we have 0 wool. We have a bunch of yarn. Things are good. We're just going to hoard resources. I'm probably going to increase my clay tile cap. I want to be able to upgrade as many houses as possible. So yeah, a couple things need to change right now. For the saw pit, we're going to go all the way up to 200 planks. For the clay furnace, we're going to go all the way up to 300 or 200. It doesn't cost much to go to tier 3 because we have that perk. It costs 4. And how many burgage plots do I have? 38. Yeah, we don't need that many. 100, yeah, like 140 ought to do it. And let's do 150 so I don't have to do math. Yeah, so 150, and we'll put 1 person back in here. Start making those tiles. So once I'm full up on tiles and everything, and let's also look at what else we're going to need. The boards is the big thing, so we're going to have 200 boards. So I have 30, 12. Okay, that's actually a lot of boards. More so than the wood. And we're probably not going to hit everybody, so I just want to be able to upgrade at least half the town. Let's go to 300 boards. And we'll likely need a lot of wood. Let's get a second. Let's get another logging camp up so we have a little bit more storage. I'm going to keep the storage up here. I think this is a better place for the storage. I think I actually might keep all these houses at tier 1 just to see if I can't. If kind of hit or miss. I'm not actually sure that they are consuming clothing. They're not supposed to, but people are reporting lots of things. Keep them all at tier 1 for now. But then again, those are the houses I want to upgrade. Yeah, it's kind of the no-win situation there. I mean, we could try upgrading one at a time. What I really need is to stabilize the clothing production. Alright, look at that. Yarn's coming in. Everything's doing really well. Our first harvest is always the worst, so I think things are going to be looking good. I do actually need a couple families for these burgage plots. So the bakery needs to go up. This needs to start. Alright, I need to start thinking. We're going to pull one out of the sheep farm. We have enough for 10 houses. I'm going to pull... Yeah, I'm actually just going to pull people out. We don't need to go too crazy right now. Pull him out of the clay furnace. We don't have booze ready. I mean, we have a lot of work to do. I want to get some things going, though. I mean, bread production is probably the smartest thing I could get going. Here we go. And yeah, this is the bigger kicker, is do we have enough people to harvest everything? And the oxes will come, I'm pretty sure, and help cart things off. So a bunch of wheat. So this is what I need to watch, is do we have any waste? We're doing a pretty good job. They're going from one field to the next. And that's kind of the danger of going too big with these. You need more and more families, but I think we have the appropriate size for our population. Yeah, they're doing a great job. And they're going from all ways. This is great. They're like ants. There we go. Okay, I do believe we have just enough families on this, so I think we're good. Yeah, we probably have more than enough. Sometimes that's good, though. Beautiful. Yeah, September to November is harvesting, plowing, and sowing. So now that they're done, now they're going to start plowing and getting ready for the next season. So the faster they get it done, somewhat the better. That's great. And they're doing a good job with these strips. And yeah, you can see they're out here helping out. This is good. Let's just make sure that our livestock is reserved on all of these. Okay, perfect. I think we're in good shape. I'm just going to let them continue to do their work. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at that. 112, 118, 100. And the wheat, this is, every time it's the first year on a crop, it's usually bad. But this is amazing. 300 barley. That's like way more than I know what to do with. They're going to have to cart it all the way over here. Kind of wishing I would have placed this better. But this isn't too bad. They just got to walk a back road. It's a long distance to travel. This is a little inefficient. You know me. You know me. I can't let this stand. I'm going to have the tavern right here. I can't do it. And we're going to have 2 folk right here. Oh, let's just go for 3. Who knows? Maybe we want more. Got the granary right there. Gonna have a back road right there. We got the tavern. Future booze producers. Small tavern there. And the malt house right back here. All right, this is good. Efficiency is up. Everybody's happy-ish. I'm going to destroy the tavern. I'm going to destroy these burgage plots. And I'm going to destroy the malt house. And we can use this for something else. Just make sure that our beautiful ox have a place to live. And everything will be awesome. All right, we'll get these 3 burgage plots up. Get the tavern, get everything up back here. This is just the better place to do it. Because we have a granary that can move everything for us. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is perfect. This will be a lot more efficient. Keep it up over here, and I think we'll produce all the alcohol we need. And you can see we have a lot of pears, a lot of apples, a lot of carrots, a lot of beetroots, a lot of cabbage. We have just the same amount of food. We have small game. We got pork coming in. We got 37 eggs. So we're doing really well, hitting our 100% food variety. And we got a baker going. Let's just make sure he's on the right bread, which he wasn't. So we're going to go to wheat bread. Beautiful. And that's going to be another food source. We have 192 yarn. That's pretty awesome. We have no free families. So I do need to kind of min-max some stuff here. I'm feeling pretty good about farming. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's, so that's like 600 bread right there. That's stupid. That's a stupid amount. Flax would probably work pretty well. I think linen actually produces faster, so maybe we should be doing linen here. I don't think it matters though. What I like about the wool is it's just really passive. but that is a lot of flax. So when you do farming right, it does work. And we don't even have the apiaries up yet. So, okay. We can have up to 5. So this kind of sucks because I need to do this. I need to get these houses up. It's 8 houses. Okay, I'm going to do it. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to. We're not going to upgrade them to tier 2s, but I do want to get the apiaries going. I want to get that boost. That 10% boost for 5 apiaries. And then also we get honey. We get another food. Let's upgrade the tavern. This is looking good. I'm feeling pretty positive about all of this. We also have a storehouse over here. And let me see if anything related to what we're doing is included with this. No, not really. Alright, we're in good shape. Church has been upgraded. Beautiful. So all we're waiting on now for tier 3 is alcohol and clothing. Alright, I think I can take one individual, the livestock trader, and I'm actually just going to destroy it. Beautiful. Alright, we have some homeless people, and they might freeze to death, and that's not great, but hopefully we can get these houses built for them. Oh man, 267 wheat bread. We gotta start selling bread. I may have overdone it. I may have overdone it. Oh my god. But yeah, selling food does seem to be pretty darn lucrative. Alright, we're gonna export anything over, I'm gonna say 130. Buy that trade route. Yeah, it sells for 5 a pop. That's pretty darn good. Cabbage. We could start selling cabbage, but I think we're gonna plow through it here pretty soon. Yeah, we're eating through it. I'm gonna hold off on that. Everything else, I think, is good. We have 300 planks. I could start selling certain things. I'm not really at a position where money is, you know, honestly an issue. Let's put a 10% tax on everybody. And let's build up our retinue. That's the smartest thing I could do right now. That was pretty impressive, though. Yeah, 80s and 90s, I'm okay with that, too. But I think we're going to have the hooch coming in here soon. We just need to get everything built up. And the amount of sheep I have is really starting to climb. We're at 101 sheep. Sitting on 231 yarn. Looks like the one family is actually keeping up with most of it right now. Maybe we could go down to one family in the weaver. Yeah, we got a ton of yarn. That's beautiful. Things are looking up for us, man. This is good. The fuel's going back up. We have 96 crossbows. A little odd. Let's get more families. Yeah, and let's expand our retinue. We're out of money. That's okay. I'm not really too worried about anyone with the amount of crossbows that I have. And the sheep are doing great. We got extra room. Got quite a bit of extra room. Yeah, this is amazing. The yields on this, the yields this year are going to be pretty impressive. And I think we're having a little bit of a graphical glitch here. Or they just didn't get it all in. Yeah, it looks like they screwed up. It's okay. Maybe I don't have enough families. Or they got lazy. But I think we're okay for now. Okay, so I have 6 families. So we need to get the alcohol production going. Get this burgers plot to level 2. I'm going to get the malt house going. I'm going to get one family in the tailor. And we're going to upgrade this and start making booze. Right now. This is fantastic. This is much, much more efficient than having it all the way on the other side of the city. Okay. One tavern. Here we are. Let's get the tavern up. I'm going to leave these guys alone for now, but it's always good to have extras. I want more bread production. Right now, I don't think so, though, because just the one guy is able to keep up with most of it. We have so much bread, it's silly. Alright, I'm going to get the clay furnace going again, I think. Feeling a little bit more confident. Once I get the booze flowing, I think that's when I'm going to hit the clothing. So we're going to wait for the booze levels to hit. And then we're going to get up a bunch of clothing production. Alright, so we got the malt house going. We got the tavern. Let's put an overstock feature. This will do up to 50 burgage plots. So let's take a gander. We have 46. So if I want to go higher than what I have, I'm also going to need another tavern. Now, luckily, I do have the space for a lot. I have space for more houses. I have a space for taverns. I have the space for more houses down here, too. And we're doing pretty decent. And I think I can get my retinue completely maxed out now. And I'm also going to take the time to go through each one of them. I won't show you it, but we're going to upgrade all of these. Right, I didn't have quite enough money to get all of them, but we got most of them. So this is fantastic. That's going to be huge, having an armored retinue. We should probably start making armor. It wouldn't cost me too much to get people in helmets. So let's think about it. Let's get an armorer's workshop up. And we're getting hit by banditos. But the banditos, they don't really register to me as a kind of threat. It's kind of like a mosquito getting uppity with you. It's kind of silly. There we go. They're over there. And they're all going to die. They're going to come in. I'm going to hurt them. And they're not going to leave. Let's get our crossbows right here. Get both of our melee units out. Get this ready to rumble. Oh man, look at these beautiful fields though. We are going to get so much food and so much booze off of these. Okay, everybody's running over. City's looking pretty darn good right now though. And here they come. You're going to take a closer look at all our armored gents. Yeah, this is... I'd be pretty intimidated if I saw this bunch of crossbowmen. These guys are pretty intimidating on their own, but I definitely need to get helmets. Game sense. I'll probably wait for tier 3, but I've never actually needed to put armor. It's always just so easy to kill everything, even the Lord. Once you get crossbowmen, the game's pretty much done as far as the combat difficulty goes. And then it's just simply, you know, building out your city. All right, here they come. Ooh, they're kind of hitting us from all sides. That's a better tactic than they've used previously. That's okay. We're gonna charge out. Gonna let our men do their thing. And I need to make sure that these bandits don't flank us from the side. There we go. Yeah, and the crossbowmen, you can see they turn pretty decent. Yeah, these guys didn't stand a chance. Goodbye. Yeah, bye-bye. There we go. Like I said, mosquitoes, there's more of a nuisance than anything. There we go. And we're getting good influence points from this. We have 3.7 thousand. We're not even using tithes or anything. I'm going to get everybody back to work. We have a lot ahead of us. I'm hoping we can get the alcohol producing here. There's a little bit coming in now. We got the malt house going. We have the alcohol production going. This is beautiful. Yeah, it looks like we got this seeded late, and I'm trying to wonder why. It kind of tells me we need one more family, and I think we're gonna put one more family in. I have some good free families right now, so that's wonderful. So once we hit 100% on the alcohol production, I think I'm gonna start upgrading and making clothing. All right, the ale is flowing in, and how much barley do I have? 37. Not quite enough. Not yet. How much? I might need to wait for the big harvest here. And then again, maybe we should just get the ball rolling. Yeah, let's just get the ball rolling. So I'm going to build 3 tailors. I am going to watch this because I'm wondering if I need a second family here. I think I do. Let's get another family in the sheep farm to make sure that they're going out and getting all the wool. This is getting a little out of hand. And then we'll get these tailors going. We just need to make sure that they're all selected on the proper wool clothing. And then all of it should be brought right here. Okay, go to advanced tab. We are making wool clothing. Wool clothes. And wool clothes. I hate the fact that it just randomly assigns it, but it's alright. So we're going to see if we can catch up. We should be able to make like 90 clothes, but I don't think that's going to hold. But the first set of... It's going to be a little weird because... Oh, there we go. Tier 3 house right there. We got our first Tier 3 house. That's beautiful. Let's make sure that we have someone on the clay furnace. We do. And we just need to watch like hawks. There's another Tier 3 house. Ooh, we just missed it. It's that clothing. You just gotta pause the game when you see one pop up like that. Hopefully the clothing starts flowing in to everything though. And hopefully our consumption... If we leave these guys as tier 1, hopefully our consumption is decent. Okay, so we have 100% entertainment supply right now. So the booze is perfect. And it's really just the clothing. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, I keep missing it. Alright, we got one right there. Perfect. Yeah, getting the farms to tier 3 is the best thing you can do. Getting 2 families on your farming plots is really going to help you get those perfect yields. Everything else is kind of whatever. I mean, you don't really need tier 3. You know, it generates more money per plot, but it's not totally necessary. Okay, get a tier 3. We'll have to get some goats at some point. Out of all of them, though, this is the one I want to get to tier 3 the most. They just need clothing. And we're starting to actually stockpile clothes. We're producing them quickly. We're also going through our yarn reserves not too rapidly. And you can see the wool is really starting to pile in. We're getting massive yields. This is amazing, actually. All right, get you to tier 3. Get this guy to tier 3. This is beautiful. Oh, nice. Oh, so close. So close. We're just going to watch this one like a hawk. Oh, there we go. Got the clothing in. Tier 3 on the big orchard down there. Yeah, this is amazing. I think we're actually going to be able to get a sufficient amount of tier 3s. I actually don't have a problem getting the tailor to tier 3, but I've noticed some production issues when you upgrade certain buildings. It's kind of weird. Sometimes restarting helps, but sometimes it doesn't. But this is great because we're going to get some extra families in here. Oh, look at that. We're starting to stockpile clothes and booze. Eventually we'll be able to make cider too from probably like apples and such. Yeah, look at that. We're doing better. Okay, so we planted all this. I think we're at a good equilibrium there. Honestly, I think we're at an equilibrium everywhere. Oh yeah. Now we got 12 more living. We got 12 more families that can come in. This is amazing. I actually really don't need any more houses than what I have, but we have a whole area here. Oh yeah, we have this whole area here. So now we're gonna do 5 apiaries. That's gonna give us a 10% bonus on all our agriculture. And then over here, I'm gonna do goats because we need to start making leather. Now I could actually do a butcher and get hides that way. So I think what we want to put here, I'm gonna pause real quick, is a tannery. And we probably want to get like a bootmaker or something. We're going to need a few more houses here, in my opinion. 2 more. All right, let's take a look. We got 254 yarn, 111 wool. Realistically, I need to get another weaver going. And we have 27 clothes. This is perfect. We did it. I think we hit a decent equilibrium. We just need more clothing over here. But eventually... Ooh, we need more workers. Okay, I'm going to put another granary worker here. And I think the general goods store, we need 1 more person. We need another stall. Oh, crap. I forgot to set him up to not carry certain goods. I guess it's okay if they do. If they want to come over and waste their time, it's whatever. It's always good to have backup. I think that's probably sufficient. The general goods. Yeah, we got 7 clothing. I just need to get this last guy up here for tier 3, and then I'm in a very happy place. 26 clothing. All right, yeah, we're gonna get there though. That's the thing. That's the most important thing, is we are gonna get there. And I think what we're gonna do is come up and look at our records and look at our resources and consumption, and then we can kind of tell, are we consuming clothing on the tier 1s? So our consumption and production are equal, so that doesn't tell us enough. We need to wait. We need to gather more. Oh, wait. Sorry, that was for 1 week. But it still doesn't tell us enough. I need to see like the full details of probably like a year. There we are. And our sheep are expanding. We still haven't even hit our potential for the sheep, which is very promising. Okay, we got a bunch of grain coming in. How much barley did we get? My God, 646 charcoal. We gotta stop. Okay, we're gonna bring down the charcoal. And we're going to bring down the woodcutter to 1 for a bit. My God. A little out of hand there. We have a lot of wool. And I think we're going to need more weavers. I'm going to bump up the weavers to 4 families. Okay, let's pause real quick. We have hit the tier 3 equilibrium, where we can just do as much as we want. So I can start upgrading some of these houses, but I don't really want to have too many dedicated people. A bunch of families that I can't do anything with. And I've had some weird issues. I'm kind of scared to upgrade everything to tier 3. Tier 3 kind of only makes sense in this design for the main farming houses, right? And it looks cool. I like the differences. And how many burgage plots do I have? 49, so I don't really want to build any more burgage plots than what we have. I'll think about it. All right, we have 242 barley. We have 170 wheat sheaves that are being converted to wheat grain. You can see the wool is through the roof. If anything, I need substantially more people making yarn. And I've noticed that you get kind of a little bit better results having multiple weavers. Okay, yeah, here's the tannery. So over here, we got to go all in on the goats. But I do want to answer the question, are we consuming clothing on houses that are tier 1? That if you aren't, then clothing is even in the current state, clothing really isn't that bad. But if you are, it's awful. I don't know, maybe I should get more tier 3 houses before I add plots. That would probably be wise. Okay, all of these guys over here. Well, let's get one tailor to tier 3 and see if we can notice any issues. Get one tannery going. There we go. That's awesome. And I think at this point, we want to start thinking about the manor. So if I get the castle planner up, and I say I want to upgrade this, I want to upgrade you, and I want to start building out a cool little walled area. So we can place a road going like such. Yes, sir. We should build something cooler than what I've previously built, and I think we should try to keep with the theme, which is kind of like the octagon theme. But I also want to potentially, yeah, round it. Yeah, let's go with the round castle. Round castles look cool. I'm just going to make this look a little bit bigger than what I typically have. There we go. And flip it around. It doesn't like that. Interesting. Yeah, when I flip it over, it doesn't like it. So something is off. Let's round this out a little bit more. Sometimes these guys don't really snap together too well, and you gotta kind of play with it a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. And this is the most important part, is you need to make sure that you're upgrading the outer towers. And because this is what they climb up the wall on, and I've had it really mess up. And right now, currently, castles are bugged out, so like you need to build it all in one go, or it crashes and stuff. So whatever you want this to be, you need to figure out on the first try. Yeah, that actually looks really cool. I like it. And we need 287 and 40 mortar and 258 boards. So we're going to go up to 300 boards. We have more than enough wood. 280 stones. We need to set our limit to 300 stone. I'm just going to tweak this stuff a little bit to be a little bit better. I actually really like the castle the way it is right here, though. I guess we could get the tax office up, even though it doesn't do anything. It does add a little zazz, right? I think what I am going to do, though, if possible, I don't know how good this will look, try to add secondary wall. We do have a conflict there. There we go. There we go. Only one issue, though, is you do need a way up. Upgrade it. Oh yeah, those towers are the most expensive part because they take the mortar. Okay, I like it a little bit. It's not bad. It's also not very good. So I hate it. Should be on the inside. Okay, I think this will work. It's pretty ambitious. We need 389. We need to increase our plank production. We need 29 logs and 45 mortar. So what I need to do is come over here and start setting these new quotas. So we're gonna need like 400. And this is something you want to start early, especially when you have money. And just start slow burning that in the background. As far as plank production goes, we're gonna up that, I think, to 500. I just want a bunch of it. And then we need to come over to the trading post, and we need to set a limit of 260. We don't need to buy a trader out. Like, we're just going to be slowly accumulating these things in the background. So yeah, 400 on stone, 319 on boards. I went a little crazy on the boards, and I think we're good. The main thing is making sure that we get this stone coming in. The stone's going to be probably the most annoying thing. Let's do 450 in case I need a little bit more. I don't need it, but I'm just doing it. And then we're going to come over here, and I mean, I can actually import dress stone cheaper, a little bit cheaper than rough stone, but I do have the workforce. We're going to increase our purchases to 50. We are going to establish a trade route for it because we're going to need hundreds. And the sheep are coming in. I mean, everything's beautiful right now. Everything is beautiful. We're in such a good place. I didn't even need this extra granary, but I'm glad I have it. And everything we wanted to tier 3 is tier 3. This is perfect. And let's take a peek. We're at 26 clothing. We're at 252 yarn. So this is actually kind of the issue I was talking about. Is you just need a ton of tailors. And we need to get this guy up to high. So we're going to build another tailor. We're going to get this up. I think this is going to help us produce more clothing. I guess clothing really isn't going to be that big of an issue too when they fix it. And potentially if you just overproduce like this, it's great. One of the main issues though with this is a lot of people don't have computers that can run 700 sheep. So that's one issue. All right, look at that. We're getting up another tailor, and we're getting our tier 3 tailor. Okay, let's come over here, make sure it's on wool, and it is. This guy just needs a little bit of love, and he's ready to go. There it is. Just make sure it's on the right one. Perfect. Sometimes it's good to investigate these things. But we'll check out the production values on this. Maybe it's not bad. We can see my common yield has been around 30. So you can see here it's 15. And they could be at 19. The problem is I could have these people working on farms. So one is yeah. Well, no, I can't. Go away. Trying to figure out what they're doing with their free time. They're dedicated tailors. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need shoes at some point. I'm just gonna start stockpiling leather. We don't need we're not going to tier 4. There's no tier 4 yet. Shoes will just make them happier, and we're at a point where you don't really need to do the shoes. The main thing you want to do is clothing. I'm not sure what bonuses you're gonna get if you can get, because I'm already at above 84, so we're already getting a 2 monthly migration. We're getting 1 influence point per month, and we're getting 1+1 passive income. And you get at level 2 you get +1, at level 3 you get +1. So per burger's plot. The bread maker might be a tier 3 candidate. The boozer might be a tier 3 candidate, but right now I think we're doing pretty. We're at 100%, and I think alcohol production's at a good equilibrium. Oh, I did get a blacksmith up, and we are making mail armor right now. Oof, forgot all about you. So over here, we're going to switch this to helmets, and we're going to cap it at 20. I did accidentally make mail armor, but that's actually kind of good. The mail armor will be anyone who has a tier 3 house will be wearing mail armor. So you can see some of them have mail armor. But I actually do have some units that are properly kitted now. This is actually kind of cool. We do have goats over here, and we do have honey. So the goats are producing some hides for us. And then over here, we're going to do some more houses. This is looking awesome. We have food out the wazoo. Let's check out our distributions. 100% food variety. Majority of our general goods is disparities between clothing and boots, but overall I think we're doing great. We have more families moving in. I'm going to get this next granary up. And I guess, yeah, it's doing great. I'm just going to let him do oh, wait, no, that's true. On this guy, we did disable those things. So on this guy too, we should disable crafting materials related to the farming. And the same over here. I really do want them kind of focused on the bare necessities right there. Perfect. I think we're there. I think we got everything kind of dialed in. I believe that we do probably want another logging camp. And then but the funny thing is, once we get all the resources, then we have to build that thing. I might have to walk away from my computer for an hour while that builds. It'll be worth it, right? It will be worth it. And it's quite impressive. I think the 1.5 Morgan is my new favorite. So I don't have to do too many fields and update all of them. I think it's great. 1 Morgan would probably work a little bit more efficiently, but this is working out for me. If I wanted to expand the city, I would definitely need additional brewers, but I don't even think we need that. And charcoal is easily mass produced. 172 barley. We're going through the grain pretty quick, but potentially could use maybe a tier 3 baker. Would actually make some sense right now. So let's get the bakery to tier 3. Let's check out our tailor shops. If the dual family tailors are indeed doing a good job of producing clothing, I will, yeah, yield is fair, 15. They're not doing a very good job. And I don't know why. I have everything kind of set up well. I tend not to trust this mechanic sometimes, but let's take a peek at our town. So clothing production is 13, consumption 8 in the last 7 days, 30 days, 63 and 45. In the last 12 months, we've consumed 280. And we produced 343. So 280 divided by 12 months is 23 clothing. So only 23 families are consuming in a given period. For the past 30 days, we had a consumption of 45 burgage plots. Or 45 families, I should say. Let's do the math real quick, or I'm going to do the math and then tell you. So so these are all 4. So this is the thing. These tier 3s consume a lot more clothing. It's per family. So that's 16 families from those. That's 28. It's well over 40. It should be well over 40. I will say though that I don't think that the tier 1 families are consuming clothing. So I think as long as you keep these guys at tier 1, you can get away with quite a bit. Yeah, it's actually not aligning with consumption. Very interesting. But we did reduce it by half with a clothing durability increase. So that actually adds up. So essentially if we double our consumption, it should be 80. Oh, no, yes. Yeah, because we have 234 families. I don't think that tier 1 families are consuming, so I think it is working the way that they said it was supposed to work there. So I'll need to do a little bit more testing on that, but I am thinking it's pretty good. So that could be a reason why you don't want to upgrade to tier 3 right now until they fix it. Tell me in the comment section what your experience is with the sheepage. We are now a medium town. Yeah, I'm not getting good production values here though. That's kind of bummer. 15. I'm getting like really similar on all of these. You would assume that you'd have some higher production. Well, I don't have the second family in here. My bad. So I need to wait until we get the second family in here. It could very well actually. It doesn't make sense that it wouldn't do a better job. So let's get 2 of them up to tier 3. I'd like to get some more tier 3 houses. Makes me feel important. Over here we don't have clothing because we don't have I don't think we have a family in here. Oh, we do. But they don't have access to food. Do we not have enough stalls? We have 100%. Something odd is going on here. Let's get another person in the storehouse here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna get the brewer to tier 3 because I can. Yeah, we got our baker to tier 3, so that's cool. I think we're doing a good job. We're producing more food than I can possibly consume or sell. Just that little row of chickens, that one little row of chickens was perfect. And the one row of pigs was perfect. We have meat, and the real kicker is how much leather do I have? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot from the goats. I think goats we're going to need a lot of leather. Now we can also get a butcher up and start slaughtering the sheep for both meat and hides. It's not a bad idea. It's actually one of the best ways to get meat in the game, is slaughtering sheep. We have 10 free families, and we're going to continue to have more and more families. I could start optimizing the workplaces of families, but I find it to be, just quite honestly, tedious. And it'll be really interesting to see the tailors work with tier 3s, because if the tailors do, in fact, have good production values with multiple families, then I'll definitely want to tier 3 all of them. Alright, there we go. Finally got to move in. And look how many sheep we have now. 174. We have a max capacity of 1,000 sheep. And I don't need that many sheep. You can see that... oh, actually, no, we could use some more sheep. I'll take that back. What we need to watch are these families. Are they having a hard time getting all the wool? I kind of feel like they might be. I'm going to put one more family into the sheep farm. And let's come over here and see if we can notice... Oh, no, the yield is modest, but last 30 days is still 13 produce. I don't know. We'll keep our eyes out. But I do know that Everyone else is doing a fantastic job. The blacksmith is over here doing his blacksmith stuff. Armor is making helmets. So everybody should have helmets now. That's going to help us out a lot. We don't have too many helmets, but it's okay. We're getting a little low on regional wealth. I think it's because we're importing all that stone. Let's take a gander. We have 45 rough stone. Beautiful. We have 70 dressed stone. We're getting close, but as you can see, we have a lot of work to do. I think on the clay furnace, I'm going to lower the roof tile threshold to 50. Actually, 40. We're importing too many things right now. The bloomery, we're doing a good job. Smithy, I think we're doing a fantastic job on as well. And yeah, we're gonna have more family. That's another thing. Is like you don't actually really need to get everybody to tier 3. So that's cool. I feel pretty happy with the outcome of this. And the yield is still fair. We'll have to give them more time. One is waiting, one is crafting, one is guiding, one is crafting, one is transporting, one is waiting. Our productivity is supposedly 77%. They have a little bit of work to do, that's for sure. And the tanner's going pretty hardcore on converting hides to leather. Okay, yeah, we got a big thing of wool coming in. So you can see, I really do think you need enough families to get all the wool. You can see them coming out into the fields and picking it up. You can see they're picking up the wool straight off of the sheep. I guess that's magical. And bringing it in. You do need enough people, because that is a lot of sheep. Hundreds. And they are getting one at a time, literally. So you can see we have quite a bit of wool, though. But that's the benefit of having the sheep farms and the pastures right here. Any bleed-off's going to come over here, so we're going to need more families at that point. But I've seen people with some pretty absurd clothing. So we're in the hundreds on yarn, which means I need literally more tailors. And I'm not noticing at this point that much of a difference between the tier 2s and 3s. Oh, actually, I take that back. These guys are doing terrible. He's doing 12. Yeah, I've had much better results before. Okay, well, we're going to get up another tailor. I have 500 planks. We're at a good amount of wood. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Let's get a forester up over here. Replanting. The other forester's doing a good job, I think. We are at 5 months of fuel, so we need to go back to what we were doing before. I need to increase this work area. Because, yeah, let's do the whole south. Get 2 people in the charcoal. Get 3 people in the woodcutter's lodge, because holy cow. Alright, and we're full up on our population now. And I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we have a full army. This is really good. We have more money in the treasury. We have a good amount of regional wealth. Realistically, at this point, we just need to finish the castle, and we've got 107 dress stone. So we're just waiting on the dress stone at this point. We have every other material. And we're getting real close. The Lord has not attacked me yet. And I'm going to continue to kind of explore if I can get clothing production a little bit better. Currently we have 41 clothes, so we don't necessarily need to convert what we have. I know some people actually sell yarn at this juncture, so you can see how much wool we're bringing in. It's pretty crazy. Leather just seems really hard. I don't know how you're going to keep up with boot consumption, to be honest, because it's 1 boot a month. They're supposed to boot it up to 6. No pun intended. So I'm going to hold off on the boots. Unfortunately, I'm very much waiting for them to fix some of these issues before I can actually do a fair assessment of optimization. 19. Okay, so those are producing 19 clothing. This guy's producing 11. Okay, I think there's evidence to say that tier 3 tailors are worth it. We're going all in. Let's just make sure that we're producing wool clothes. We're going to go all in on the tier 3s. And I think we're going to go overboard. If I can get enough clothing production, I could start upgrading more houses to tier 3. Even though I don't need the people. I definitely think that we need multiple people in the stonemason. And I'm going to increase the maintenance to 4 to increase their daily labor speed. Because I think we're importing the raw stone. Yeah, we have 37 rough stone. So we definitely can maintain higher mass there. The bloomery's good. The smithy... I don't know what the smithy guy's doing. I feel like he's slow. Oh, we have 9 tools. He's doing a good job. He's fine. But the stonemason gents, they need to be a little bit faster than they are. And they're getting a lot of the stone from right here. You can see some of the rough stone. We have 204 ale. We have 200 wool. Okay. Yeah, this city is... And the funny thing is the game's not optimized yet, so this city would definitely work very well. And we're at 195 sheep. We have 6 goats, 14 pigs, 24 chickens, 16 oxen available. The rest are on farms. We have 3 horses. Definitely need to order more. No mules. And yeah, we still haven't filled up the whole area back here. This is great. Oh man, look at that. What a beautiful city. This is coming together really nice. This is what it looks like from the top view. Looking cool. Alright, we're a large town now. So let's just go down the line and make sure everything is set up for wool. Clothing only. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with what we're doing here now. You can see that we have 319 wool, 228 yarn. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's get 2 entirely new weavers going. Holy cow. That's honestly very surprising. And let's get another person in the storehouse to help move all the wool and all the clothing around. That's crazy. I think we're doing great. I don't see any issues or any bottlenecks at all with granaries or storehouses. I feel like we're in a really good spot right now. The only issue I actually see currently, the fact that fuel consumption is quite high. So I may need to come to the trade post. I know this is another issue with this is that a large part of our economy is based off of selling charcoal. Yeah, we're only making 2. Let's stop exporting charcoal for a little bit and let the prices recover. But let's replace it with something else. Potentially even, honestly... Yeah, we're exporting bread. We have a route for that. Not apples. Potentially pears. Carrots was healthy. Beetroots is kind of extreme. I'm not really partial to selling beetroots, though, because they only sell for 1, and I don't want to take up slots. I think we need to sell something... I mean, honestly, ironically, I think we might have to start selling yarn. Because it goes for quite a bit. But let's hold off there. I'm trying to assess... leather might be a good one to sell, but I don't know the values of it. Ale is also a contender, but we're not really in the area of extreme surplus. I think we're going to export small shields. This is an easy one. And we're just going to export any small shield I make in general. So we're going to go to the joiner shop. We're going to start making small shields. That's a good one. That's much better. And then we don't have to worry about our fuel so much. And let's come over and put a family into the forester here. And just start replanting a lot of the damage that we're doing over here. I think we're doing a good job on the berries. Just the 2 folk here. I guess I could go into herbs and sell herbs, but they don't have that high of a value. Overall, though, I'm pretty happy with this village. It's probably a lot more successful than my last one. And yeah, staying away from flax and just fully focusing on wool seems to be, honestly, a pretty smart way to do things. You can see we have quite a bit of action going on here. I think we're going to put a family over here and take a family out from here. Because it's going to spill over. This isn't bad, though. I mean, we have a lot of... Like, it actually isn't too crazy hard to get to tier 3 if you just keep a lot of tier 1s like this. Now, I didn't fill in this area down here with houses, and I'm feeling like a fool, right? I need to do that. I need to complete the design. Get that up. That is a lot of families. And that is going to, unfortunately, tip me into the point where, for the tavern, I'm going to need another tavern. Let's get a tavern up. And I'm also going to get... We have a church over there. I'm going to get a church over here. Because I can. I think it's kind of cool to have multiple churches sometimes. There we go. Yeah, we'll get a church for this area. I also think we probably need to get, potentially, some wells up. Let's get a well right here. Yeah, the wells are all kind of weird. We'll get a well in the background over here as well. Now I'm feeling pretty good now. Got a lot of food. Got a lot of... 440... Oh my gosh. Yeah, 440. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. That is so much wool. I have absolutely no idea what to do with all that. So we got all these tailors going. They're doing great. We're going to get all of them to tier 3. I just want to produce as much clothing as possible. I'm at 100 clothes now. So, yeah, getting to tier 3, really not an issue. Let's get these burgers plots up. Probably make them tailors as well. Make sure all these wells are upgraded to stone. I think we only need 2 to serve 100 burgers plots, so I don't need... The only reason I'm building these wells is so people have an access point that isn't too far away. Need to get this other tavern up, though, if we're going to hit our entertainment on the new burgers plots. This is getting kind of crazy. And let's see how far away we are from the castle. Ooh, not bad. Need a little bit more wood. Not an issue. Oh yeah, you can see down here we're really clearing the forest, but that's okay. I honestly don't care too much. Typically, I like to do rotation where I turn one off and let the forester come in and rebuild it, kind of situation. We need to get a logger up here. Oh wait, my bad. We actually already had one in here. Take him out. Unfortunately, I need the families to build. Okay. I'm gonna hold off for a second. It does look like we actually will need these workers over here. And these gents, I mean, I was thinking about doing goats. Goats do give meat and hide. I guess it makes sense to see if we can get boots. I mean, we don't have to give everybody boots, but why not, right? I don't need more pork. I don't think so, at least. Let's check that out real quick. Let's not make that assumption. 67 pork? I don't think so. I think we're okay on meat. And the goats will actually also assist with that, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so we got the apiaries going, and those are giving us a 10% increase in yields. So far, so good. I feel like I hit a really healthy equilibrium here, and our population is actually decent. We have 274 pop. Feels like more, but it's not. I guess it's not. It feels like 400. And it might actually get that high once everyone moves in and I get more tier 3s, but... Alright, so let's turn this gent to a tailor as well. I feel like I'm actually going to get to a point where you can see, like, the wool... actually, we're not converting wool fast enough is the issue. I wish I could increase productivity here a little bit better, but I can't. So yeah, we'll need to add more families to the weavers to keep up. That's the bottleneck now. I think yarn is depleting. 420 wool. We got a lot of wheat bread, but we are selling it. 69 eggs still. Very good. And we're keeping everybody very happy. We're getting a little broke. I think I made a mistake with the armor shop. We're gonna pause work on the armor. I can't afford to keep importing too much. I need to focus solely on importing stone. The clay furnace he's down to, let's put him down to 20 roof tiles. Just trying to limit imports right now. We're importing iron ore and rough stone. Kind of going broke. Well, I mean, honestly, one of the best ways to make some money is to upgrade these houses, right? Reach that productivity. Okay, wool clothing there. All right, so that's no longer an issue. This is looking really nice. I think we've done it. I'm actually going to remove the family from the clay furnace. All right, our fuel supplies are getting back up there. Let's take a peek at our production. So now that we've built all this up, like food production, let's look at 12 months. Producing 333 beetroots, 170 cabbage, and 613 carrots. Wow. Our consumption is pretty low on each, and we're selling a bit. Pork, producing 98, consuming 89. Some of the other meats, consuming more than we produce. We must have had a good year. Apples, 161. Eggs, 83. Wheat bread, 860. Holy cow. His doesn't seem right. Berries, 278. We could probably actually increase that and get probably like 300 or 400. Honey, 60 off of those. That's pretty good. And pears, 222. I'm pretty happy with a lot of that. A yarn, 558, consuming 796. We did stockpile. Malt, 207. Wool, we're producing 856, consuming 558. These are all actually some pretty impressive numbers, I'm not going to lie. A lot to consider. Let's just continue trekking along. We're at 270 dress stone, 271, 272. Yeah, that's ticking up pretty quick. And that's all we're missing is the stone. This is going to take a while to build. I'm most likely going to need a lot of families for it too. But the town looks pretty cool in the background. I really like it in the winter. I think these houses with no extensions, I'm going to up them to tier 3 so that we can get some more families in. Because we have a few places that I don't actually foresee us building up. Oh, crap. Requirement's not met. Oh, we don't have beverages. Okay. So yeah, we did need to get this second tavern up ASAP. Well, we're producing what I would call potentially an insane amount of cabbage. So I think we need to start selling it. It is actually quite lucrative. And we'll sell anything over to 200. We need to buy a route for it, and the route's quite a lot. Alright. Now, I'm going to get more families into the weavers. I think we're going to max out the weaver families. We just need as many as possible. Alright, I'm going to upgrade the top row of houses here to tier 2. And probably upgrade them to tier 3. Because I want a bunch of families to help build the final result, the castle. I think we'll get these guys going too. We need a bunch of families is what we need. I need like 20 people just sitting around doing nothing, ready to build up a massive castle. Gonna increase my consumption, but I think we can afford it. I also need more families to put into the weavers. Let's just max out our weavers right now. I got like, I think 12 families now, making wool into yarn. We're going through the yarn real quick too. We do have 249 clothing though. Good surplus. So I think we can afford definitely to get a few more tier 3s. We're going to start slow though. And we got the tavern up here. So let's put a family in there. I think that's enough. I don't think we need to upgrade it or anything. We need to make sure that our hail can hit the furthest points. And I'm going to get another person in the logging camp up here. Probably need to get another person down here in the logging camp because I just cleared out a ton of wood. Oh, we're real close to having all the dressed stone we need too. But I would like some more people in this town. Yeah, it looks like alcohol production is the main thing holding me back from tier 3 down here. Alright, look at that. Tier 3, here we come again. Need to start producing clay again, unfortunately. I think we're fine on money, though. Once I hit the stone I need, then we're going to be flush again. So, we're getting close. It's regional wealth holding me back right now, though, too. That's funny. I think we're finally starting to keep up a little bit with the yarn. And it's just going to continuously increase because we're continuing to breed more and more sheep. That's kind of the cool thing, too. You can see we have 257, and we're getting hit by banditos. Where are these banditos? Ooh, there's 2 different bandit camps up. I should probably go take those out because they're going to continuously raid me. Alright, this is going to be a pretty boring bandit raid because I have an army of killers. Some of them actually have helmets now. Yeah, you can see actually a good percentage of these guys have helmets on now. That's really awesome. It's kind of nice to see the fruits of your labor, right? You start to see some of like this guy has mail. It actually looks a little cooler that they're not all not all of them are decked out. It gives them a little bit more variety. Yeah, and some of the crossbowmen are from tier 3 homes, so they are wearing mail as well. But yeah, we're getting our guys equipped, right? Now you can see the Lord's not expanding as much because I did take out quite a bit of bandit camps, but he's getting close. Alright, let's put ourselves into a defensive formation. Get our crossbowmen ready. And let's get our retinue in the back. I don't know which direction they're going to hit me from. So we'll just dot all our I's, so to speak. There we go. Alright, wherever they come from, we'll be ready. Oh, they're coming this way. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're going to kill all of them. Wow, he really did deforest this area, though. That's funny. I am going to get a second person in the logging camp. We just need to make sure we have enough wood for everything. And let's take a little peek over here real quick. I want to keep upgrading these houses as much as I can. Yeah. It's awesome getting a few up to tier 3. I like to kind of mix it up. Alright, here comes a few of them. Oh, they're coming in from the sides. Not bad. For some reason, they're running right past me. Are they running for... What are they doing? I don't know what they're doing. Alright. Well, let's get one guy here and one guy here. Yeah, the AI has some weirdness going on. Oh, they're stealing... Are they going for my granary? Oh, no, that's the bandit camp stealing. Yeah, they're getting weird. They're getting real weird. Oh, dude, they scared all my sheep. They don't like my sheep. That's what's going on here. They're sheep haters. Here we go. Broke one. I don't know where the rest of them are. I know I broke 2 of them, but I think there's a third. We're gonna have to search for it. It got a little weird. So weird, man. All right. I think we got all the bandits, but I'm kind of freaked out right now. Let's just keep our... Hold on a sec. Let's just keep our retinue out in case there are bandits hiding in the woods that way, because otherwise they'll go into instant pillage mode. And of course, yeah, my retinue is slightly stuck inside the building. This happens. That's actually another reason why maybe you don't want to ever disband your retinue, because sometimes they can get indefinitely stuck. So yeah, let's just keep these guys out forever. They're the town guard now. They're the watchers. They just sit back and watch. Okay, yeah, it's the alcohol that is having the issue. So we're at 53 there, and we're at 40. So I think they're stealing alcohol from each other. They have this tendency. Get another family. We have plenty of booze. I'm gonna upgrade this tavern. Yeah, if you watch them, you gotta watch them. You gotta see what they're doing. Sometimes they take alcohol out of one and they put it into the other. It's like gang wars. All right, 269 sheep. Well, 204 sheep, 67 lambs. We're killing it. Probably need another horse is what I need. I only have 3. Get 4 horses, 1 for each family. All right, the money should start coming back in here shortly. Feeling pretty good about everything. We definitely need to get some more tier 3 houses. Okay, here we go. Now we can get some tier 3s. Each one of these is going to be an extra family, so that's what I like about it, and some money. We'll get these guys to tier 3 as well. All right, we're running out of wood. We just need to go crazy. I'm probably going to cut down. I'm probably going to kill Bambi over here. Sorry, Bambi. I need tier 3 houses. Let's get 6 families going on wood. Majority of what I'm doing is because I want to just get a ton of families to help build out the castle, but I'm kind of hurting myself too because I need that wood. And we're not there yet. We're 30 shy, so that's fine. We got some time. And we're broke. So the tier 3 houses are helping, actually. Ooh, we hit critical peak. Get one more family in the granary. Hopefully that will help out. We need another person in the storehouse as well, so we'll have to wait for those families to come. Okay, look at all these houses going up. This is amazing. Yeah, it's mostly wood holding us back. I mean, we have the clothing too, is the awesome thing. And we're keeping up with the yarn, but every time I do this, I am increasing clothing consumption. But this is kind of the way to do it, like just hoard a bunch of resources. Now, I did pause. Hopefully, I did pause everything. Now, we are making small shields for sale. Let's take a peek and see what is going on with trade. And let's look at the last 30 days. So, berries, shields, carrots, purchase of stone, and so on. And this is weird. Yeah, the stone is costing us a fortune. Bread, we're just not keeping up very well with things. It's potentially just too far away. But I mean, I got a lot for sale, but people aren't coming to buy it. I'm hoping that they fix trade at some point and make it a little bit easier. But we do have a lot of pears. We do have a lot of pears. Oh, that's right. I'm a dork. I think is it one trade route I need to purchase for cabbage. I haven't purchased the trade route yet. It's actually potentially not the trade route we want, because food's going down. Let's just stop putting it in there. I was too many different things they're doing. All right, we have 8 living spaces. soon to be a lot more. Let's get these guys to tier 3 as well. 10 more. Perfect. Yeah, that's looking great. I kind of like, I'm at a point where my ego is like, what if you got all of them? What if you did them all? And I'm like, yes, ego. That would be cool. And that would give me a lot of families to build this super cool castle. And, you know, the forest will grow back. And, you know, Bambi can have a sequel. So everybody wins. There we go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go all in. Let's get these guys all to tier 3. I'm gonna do it. I have the food. It doesn't cost me any more in fuel consumption. It shouldn't cost me any more in marketplaces. Kind of feels like it is, though. Which is odd. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're gonna get more people in the granary, and especially I need more people in the storehouses. So let's just get it going, right? There we are. Finally have enough. At least getting everybody up to tier 2 though is awesome, right? And the tier 1 you can kind of tell the difference between the houses. I mean, the tier 2 houses look a lot nicer, for one. And the extra money and the extra people will help us out. We definitely have a lot of food, so I don't think it's gonna hurt us. We got the goats. Oh, I see what's happening. I'm increasing the food variety needed. That's why I'm a dork. Every time I go from tier 1 to tier 2, it increases how many foods that I need. Okay. So that is also an added advantage of not going from tier 1 to tier 2, is you need less markets. Tier 3 it is. Yeah, we're gonna need more clay. We just need a lot more money, but we should start generating a lot of passive wealth. And let's take a gander. What I should probably do is open the castle planner. Alright, so we have all the stone. We have all the boards. Well, we don't have all the boards. We don't have all the wood. Okay, so I need to stop. So, awesomely enough, we're done with the stone. And that's probably the single largest expense I have. So I'm just going to cut it off. And we're going to go to the trade. And we're just going to turn off the import. For rough stone. Or beautiful. I think we're in good shape. Now we're just going to start accumulating a lot of money. And we can continue to make... Go to the clay furnace. And we're going to need... Continue to make a lot of tiles. I'll boot that up to 50. I think we're in good shape. Now I have my monies. The main thing I don't have, though, is clay tiles. So let's put 2 families into the clay furnace. Let's put 3, actually. And just start really mass producing that. And we are going through clothing pretty quick. You can see we have 288 wool. And so I have 3 families there. I've actually maxed out my weavers. Got myself another church. We're going to need another weaver. Alright, we'll put him over here. We can get it up somewhere, right? Baker's going strong. Very good. Food's still pretty stable. I definitely need to get 2 more large granary workers. I feel like once we go to tier 3, it's going to continuously increase how many food varieties I need. Probably need 1 more large storage worker. Do 2. Oof. Alright, we need more families. Alright, I'm feeling good about that. We're just going to continue to upgrade to tier 3. Yeah, it's actually resources. It's the clay tiles holding me back. Let's come over to trade. Crafting materials. Import clay. We're going to buy a trade route. And we're going to do 50 at a time. Because we need a lot of it. And we're generating a lot of money per burgage plot. We're going to go through the roof here in a second. But let's see if we can do it. I want to get everybody to tier 3 if I can. All these guys are tier 3 over here. Everyone except for this one house is tier 3. We're going to get this up to tier 3 as well. This is actually kind of exciting. I didn't think I'd be able to do this. But yeah, literally everybody over here is tier 3 as well. The only thing I'm not going to do tier 3 are the artisan section. Because it's just silly. Also, that there are actually production issues. It doesn't seem like with the tailor there is, but like sometimes the blacksmith and stuff messes up. Alright, tier 3 on that gent. You're all tier 3 here. I mean, I could do tier 3 over here, I just don't want to. These guys, though, I can do tier 3 that don't have any plots. And it's just the clay tile holding us back now. I'm going to import them. I'm going to import up to 20. I guess I could buy a trade route here in a second. Yeah, we only have 2 clay. That's the problem. All luck of the draw. We do have... Okay, there we go. We just got 23 clay. Perfect. I may not have enough money to buy the route to import the clay tiles, but I'm just trying to push while I have the advantage of clothing, because we're burning through it so fast. I may not be able to get everybody to tier 3. We're burning the advantages, and that's fine. I mean, honestly, we did a good job. A fantastic job. Look how many houses I got to tier 3. That's kind of how you have to play it with the current state of the game, is the stockpile and then go all in. Yeah, unfortunately, we have run out of clothes. Oh, we got a couple down here. We're going to get as many as we can, though, and it's going to be glorious. I mean, we got the important ones. This does actually look really cool. We got all these guys down here. We got a good selection of these guys up here. It's clothing and beverages now. Ale is decent. It looks like they're still having some conflict issues. Get a second family in the tavern. Yeah, they still don't do too well with taverns right next to each other. Sometimes you have to separate them. That tends to work. Alright, now we're overkill on both the granary and storehouse. Alright, we have 0 clothing, 203 wool, 25 yarn. So we've hit that point where it's unlikely I'm going to be able to do any more upgrades. But this is actually, in my opinion, looking great. I kind of like the variety. So now that we've hit this juncture, we are going to turn off the clay furnace. And we're just going to call it quits. And we're going to focus now fully on accumulating the wood I need and building out the last of the design, which is this awesome castle. And we're even actually having alcohol problems. We're not able to produce enough. Okay, this is good. We're going to start accumulating vast sums of wealth, and we're good. So the main thing I need to do now is open the castle planner, and we just need boards. So let's come over to the saw pit. Let's make sure livestock is assigned, and let's put 2 families in here and boost up the speed. And supposedly they're not supposed to consume anything if there's nobody in it. No tools, at least. Speed this up. Alright, let's get 2 people in this weaver's shop, and we're going to call it a day there. But that's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about what I was able to accomplish, which is quite a bit of tier 3 homes. What I do like the most about this game is just the ability to control industry areas now. I think that's probably like the coolest thing about some of the more recent changes. And you know, you get this cool views. It's looking good. This area over here is looking good. The farm is over here looking good. Alright, look at that. We're ready to commit. Let's do it. I'm going to save before I do any of this, though, just in case it bugs out. Okay. But yeah, the trick with getting castles to work is to do it all in one go. Move this in just a tad bit. And, oop, I actually forgot one thing, and this scares me. I do not have an outer tower inside here. Okay, cool. We need that to be able to get up onto the area here. There we go. We got ourselves multiple layer castle. I think this looks great. We're going to commit. We have everything we need to build it. So what we want to do now is pause the game real quick and just start removing as many families as possible. I don't feel like we need more than 1 individual. I'm going to put 2 people in the forester, though, because we need to replant. And unfortunately, at this juncture, we can't keep up with clothing production, so I don't see a point to it. What I need is literally... You see how many resources there are. They have to hammer everything in. I'm going to leave the tanner going. I'm going to take everybody out of the weaver. We have 27 families now. I feel like the sheep are good. Let's just... we may actually be able to get to tier 3. Let's just accumulate a bunch of wool. And not make any yarn with it, right? So we'll just accumulate a bunch of it. And that'll be fine. And we'll get them going. I can always just mass produce weavers and go crazy. Everything else is fantastic. Let's make sure we're shutting down any industry that's not necessary. These are the clay furnace, not necessary at the time. We have 13 months of food and fuel. I think we're at a pretty good point. We potentially, let's come back over to the trade post and look at some of the food sales that I'm doing. So berries, I'm going to increase to not sell anything over 150. Carrots, 160. And wheat bread, 150. Okay, we're sitting pretty there. We're barely even touching it. And now it's just going to take absolute eons, and we may get attacked here soon. Maybe not. You can see there's a lot of bandit camps. So off screen, I'm going to go take care of those bandit camps, as I don't really find it too enjoyable to watch. I'm just going to take care of it with my retinue, because they are stealing from us, and that's not cool. And it's probably going to take relatively, probably a couple years, which I think is like an hour or so, to build this manor. But to be fair, it is a lot of resources, and I do have more families than I've ever had before. But last time I did this, it took like about 45 minutes to an hour to build the whole thing, with like about 10 or 12 people. And this is a much bigger castle. So I'm going to let them get to work and fast forward for you guys right now to see the final result. Okay. Unfortunately, I had a bug. And when I loaded back in, it put everything into the pantry and got rid of all the progress on the castle. If I try to update it, I've tried around 40 times to fix this. This is what the castle would have looked like. It was going to look great. Everything was going to be fine and dandy. I was going to have a really cool screenshot, right? I'm going to have this cool castle going on, but this is what it would look like. So I'm going to say I'm going to say that I built it because I spent 2 hours trying to do all this. And unfortunately, it broke. But this is what the castle would look like. I know this is kind of cheap, right? But unfortunately, the game is really buggy, and I've spent 3 hours trying to get this to work correctly, and I just can't really spend any more time on it. I'm hoping I can do this game a little bit more justice in the future, but thank you guys so much for watching. This will be the end of the series. I appreciate everything. Special shout out to my patrons and my sponsors. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Have yourself a great day.